two little ones. Yeah.
What with
Like,
with anything in
that
it?
much in.
What with ice in it, or just by
It's
itself?
just neat.
Raw dog.
Cool.
Raw dog.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome
Alright.
to the show, Bren.
Hey, actually, I got a great way to start this. I got an Instagram DM the other day about the last episode with Clay, and whoever it was that watched the episode said, I didn't really know much about Clay Porter. You guys should do a bit of a sort of introduction to who the guest is, a little bit of backstory,
Nice.
and then people know, like, I mean, chances are they're going to know, but like who it is.
Oh,
That's
so
a really good
people
idea.
listened to Clay, but they didn't know who he was because
Yeah.
you hadn't introduced him.
Yeah, we didn't introduce him. We just like assumed that.
People know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fair. It's Clay Porter. But at some
No, it's a good
every now and
idea.
again we have guests that maybe people don't know who they are.
Can you do the introduction then for
Oh,
Bren?
this is gonna be tough.
Yeah, I know. It's harder for me, isn't it?
I think, well, technically it's easier for you, but
All right.
okay.
I'll try.
We can try. Oh, we do one each.
All right,
And
yeah.
let Bren do one.
Okay. When I was very young, I met a bloke who had a bike in a similar terrible state to my own
Yeah.
at a race, and he was younger than me, and we instantly sort of got on, didn't we? Would you say?
Yeah.
And yeah, his bike was actually so bad. I think like there's like chain missing, no spokes. There's like really falling apart. And then we ended up hanging out together, and he lived down the road, and we rode dirt jumps together quite a lot.
Yeah. And both our dads like white wine. No, red wine.
They like the red wine.
A
Yeah,
lot.
they like the red wine. Yeah. Right, Davey, you'll go.
All right. I ain't got such a personal anecdote. I could make one up.
Yeah, mate.
Do it,
Well,
yeah,
that-
why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I was a lad at the end of the street. Always had like the most pimpest bikes. Parents had like massive, massive house.
This is you, is it?
No, this is you, mate. This
Oh,
is you.
it's me.
This is you.
When's your first Brendog experience?
Probably this is a great question. Probably a dirt mag. I guess it'll be Iron Horse.
What, the cover?
Might have been a cover. Iron Horse
So humble.
came before Honda, didn't it?
Yeah,
You're on
Iron
Horse
Horse
before.
would have
So it'll have been Iron Horse.
Orange 06, then Iron Horse.
You know what my first memory is of you? I've just remembered. Did you
No,
ever
it was
come,
Honda before Iron Horse.
Did you ever come to the indoor motocross track in Sheffield?
Yes.
That's my first memory of you. Just
Yeah.
remembered because I worked there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I worked there. So
I
you,
must have been so crap because that would have been when I first signed for Orange and I first got my first paycheck
yeah.
and I bought a Honda 125.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mate, that's my first memory of you. So,
Yeah.
so that's when I met
I
like
don't know why I thought I could go to a supercross track. Literally, I'd been running around on like one of those shitty stomp things with like no brakes in it. Then I thought, yeah, a motocross bike. So I got my first paycheck, bought that.
yeah.
Supercross.
You used to- of course, mate, of course. You used to come up. You must have used to come up then and stay at Peat's, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was you, Steve. Obviously, that's when I got a little bit more friendly with Steve and got to know Steve more. And Bryce used to go there a lot.
Yeah, he was.
There's a
he
bit
was
of
good.
a crew of mountain bikers all
Yeah.
the time stopping by, and that's my first memory of you.
There you go.
There you go. What's yours of me?
Just in lockdown, Ollie said he was.
Found a douchebag, mate.
He was. His YouTube was not doing very well, so he thought he'd pick up someone else.
And still.
Yeah, needed someone to help.
No, just
Manage his life a
just
little bit.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
the podcast, really, mate.
Cool.
And
That's nice.
whether that's good or bad, but yeah, you're the podcast guy.
There you go.
Podcast guy.
I'm pretty sure that's mine. Yeah, it is my first memory of you. of
Right, so
course
what
it
sort
is.
of... We need to actually do an overview.
Yeah.
So maybe you can help, Bren, with your own overview. That'd
What
be good.
overview of me?
Yeah. Help us out. How many years have you been doing World
I'd
Cup racing?
say,
This will be... You're coming into your... What year?
I'd say jack of all trades, master of none
There you
is
go.
me.
Nice.
Okay, all right. I disagree, but there you
No,
go.
but like not like a master, like an Amory or like a Brandon, or sort of just float around, sort of picking and choosing.
What's the difference then? Why?
Just because when I'm at a downhill race, I pretend I'm a free rider, so I've got an excuse to be crap at downhill. Quite. And then when I'm at Rampage, I'm a racer.
There you
So
go.
it gives me an excuse to be
Incredible.
crap at free ride.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a
overview.
secret that I'm let onto you there.
Does the
No, but like not. I don't. Not fishing for compliments. But that's just kind of how it's been. I've sort of started racing downhill, loved it, still love it, still have a go at it now, and enjoy every bit of it. But I've never won World Cups, never won World Championships. I've been top fives and bloody blah. Then snapped my ACL in 2012. Then that put me out for a year, and then I was no longer really in the top 5-10 mix every weekend. And then when I wasn't in the top 5-10 mix every weekend, I kind of lost interest, is not the word, but just sort of thought, shit, maybe I need to sort of like pick something else up, or like, so I really can't remember how it started, why I went to a free ride event or started doing that. But me and Ollie, obviously as kids, would do dirt jumps all the time. And then, I don't know, just doing videos, and then did a few little other events.
Mate, I've never thought about your ACL being like, you think of it as like a
100% turning.
We were talking about last night when we were walking back from dinner about that. You called it hot hands, right? When you, is it hot hands? It was hot hands, right? Where you've got that momentum, and if someone takes that momentum away from you,
100%,
it's hard to get back going again.
Well, the year before I snapped my ACL, at the first round, which was in Peat, South Africa.
So how old are you at this point?
Oh, I can't remember. But the year before, I was fighting for third in the championship with Aaron Gwynn and Sam Blinkenshop. I said that wrong. Greg Menard and Giathan were fighting for first and second. They were ahead.
Right.
So they were like, that was unachievable for us. But then me, Gwynny and Sam were all fighting for third place in the championship. So we were like scurrying around doing this, and then having a wicked time of it. It was rad. Like I said, those two were far out ahead. So we're fighting for third. And then I knocked myself out in Val de Sol, put me back, so I didn't get any points for that round. So then I was still fighting, but then I was still fighting for top 5 overall. And then we went to Wyndham for the first time. And I didn't really get on with the track for no reason, not an excuse. And then I didn't do very well at that, and then got 6th overall. But I still had some momentum, and I had some podiums that year, and had some podiums before that. And then the first round the following year was South Africa, real worst track ever.
Oh, really?
Just flat and rubbish. And I knew I was coming on the back foot, but I was confident, I was fit, I was strong. And there was this drop off at the top. And I distinctly remember like looking at this big faraway landing, and I was like, I reckon I can make a second if I jump to that. Like, and a second's a huge amount, especially I was like, I'm probably going to lose a couple of seconds down there, so I might as well just make it up.
Try and make one up.
And I was looking at it, and I thought, sod it, feeling confident, you know, young, dumb, or whatever. Jumped it, all good. It was unreal line. You never find a line that's a second or whatever. And then did it in my qualifying, and my foot slipped off my pedal and slipped into the floor at really high speed. And obviously, foot's in the ground, and my legs kept moving forward, and just snapped my ACL in half.
Ugh.
And then, I was out for pretty much. Then I went back, had an arthroscopy, which is where you had it all cleaned out and removed, whatever. And then we were just waiting around to see whether I was going to get a replacement or not, or whether it was going to be a patella or a hamstring or whatever. And then I ended up trying to race in a brace for a bit, because I just wanted to try to get the season going, and didn't want to have 8 months out, and it didn't really work, and I lost loads of confidence, just didn't want to stamp my foot. Yeah, it is confidence. I just I didn't want to stamp my foot and hurt my leg and blah blah blah. So only at the end of that, I did shit that season, and then got replacement at the end of the year.
Right. Wow.
Then that lasted for a year, and then I snapped it off again in Rampage the following year.
Oh, did you? Same one?
Same one, yeah. And then after that I just had it removed, and I've got no ACL now.
Have you not?
Nah.
I haven't had for ages.
I haven't had one for 8 or 9 years.
Is it alright?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just don't even think about it. It's just fine.
Once in every 6 months I'll stamp it or whatever, and it's absolutely fine.
No way.
Yeah. And I almost stamp it and think, oh, it's absolutely. I just think, oh, it's good. I haven't got an ACL to snap in there anyway. It doesn't matter. But it does feel like bones hitting the bone. But I think that's just it would with anyone.
I've never heard you like talk about. I've never heard you say that as like.
No, it's definitely. Like you said, you're on a roll and everything's working out, and you see it every World Cup, like a kid do good, and then the next week he's doing good again, and then he's doing good again. And it's just like that roll. And I was on the roll, and I was on a good team. I was on a team with Sam Hill. I was on a good bot. I was on Specialised.
So what is that bit in your head then,
mate? I can't put it. I can't tell you what it is, because like you're young, you're confident, and you're just like, nothing's gonna hold me back. And I didn't ride thinking, oh, I better not stamp my foot. You just, it's a tiny little bits multiply up, and then you're crap at the end of it.
So all right, so there's examples of everything though, isn't there? So Minnar, what's he doing different then? How has he managed, because he's not running on like that teen spirit.
No.
Is he?
No.
You know, like what you're talking about is like before your ACL, you were just flying along, not caring, right?
The dumb
100%.
genius.
You what?
The dumb genius.
The dumb
Yeah,
genius, yeah.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
You are. You see it.
So what's different in some sports people in their heads that they can...
I think Greg is just running on experience and grit, and he's one of the most competitive athletes that I personally know.
Mm.
He's so competitive, wants it. And I don't know whether that helps. Must do.
Yeah, must do.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he's still going and killing it. It is nuts,
41.
really. 41, yeah. 40. When did Peat Dog retire then?
When he was
38?
after world champs, when he was 38,
Yeah, 38. But the thing is, he was starting to, with the
Yeah.
greatest respect, he was starting to like taper down. But Greg's
Yeah.
just like still
Yeah, I know.
on an upwards trajectory, which is nuts. I can't even think of a year where he wasn't one of the guys.
No, there's been no.
I mean, my
years.
race knowledge is pretty bad, to be fair.
And he's been lucky with injuries.
Yeah, I'm sure people are screaming at this, going like, "Wow, what about that year where he didn't
Yeah.
even top 10?" But I can't remember one happening.
He's the greatest of all time, isn't he? So it's
I
like
think
he's
so.
always.
Stamp that, yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
How do you think about... Sorry.
No, go on,
So-
after you. No, it's fine.
How do you ever think about in going into a race what your mindset is? If you're like, God, that sounds like such a fucking podcast question. What I mean is, we've just been talking about like, obviously you're aware that you're like on a roll and young and wild, and then
I don't think you are when you're young and wild.
no, but you're aware of it now. So why can't you manufacture it? That's what I mean. Because I think the same thing. Like I can't manufacture confidence, happiness, anything. So it's easy to say like, oh, I know why I'm bummed because this and this and this. Why can't I just like access the thing that makes you like invincible? Just like, I'll try it, I'll do it,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's all loads of tiny little bits put together, isn't it?
Did you work with a sports psychologist?
No, I
or-
never have. I
No.
always just thought I'd know more than him.
That's fair. I feel like that's been a flip. I feel like that's been a flip though for a lot of people. I remember Loic talking about that years ago, bringing on a sports psychologist. Pete having one for a little bit. Some of the other top
Same
guys,
as-
I think.
same
I
as
don't
if
know.
I ever speak
I've
to
never worked with. Obviously, I've never worked with one, but I would struggle to see how that would benefit someone that's quite strong-minded. But like you say, you think you know it all anyway. Like, what are you going to tell me?
Same as like if you ever speak to a financial advisor.
Yeah.
If he's not driving around in a Bugatti Veyron and has a £5 million house, I just think, why not listening to you? You don't know
Yeah,
anything.
it's true.
mate.
It's like the careers advisor
Plus,
at school,
if you're
right?
a financial
Careers advisor at
advisor-
school, you're like,
What are you doing, mate?
yeah.
And if he's come to my house and he's speaking to me about all this other crap about saving your money, I was like, why don't you do that, mate? Then you wouldn't have to be here speaking to me, this idiot, on how to save 20 quid. You should be cruising around with the VIP at a, if I went to him and he was in his own booth at the Formula One,
Yeah.
and he had just like his name on the front and he had helicopter birds around or whatever. And I went into him and I was like, mate, I need some financial advice. Can you help? And he was like, mate, sit there, little fella, and I'll teach you how to save some money. Yeah, sit on
Would
there.
you sit on his knee as
And
well?
he's
You
like,
would,
he's
wouldn't
holding
you?
me like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you want a drink? Yeah, let's have a drink,
Give me
mate.
a
And
little
he's sort of telling me what to do. I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to listen to this. Oh, actually, no, I'm sitting on him like that, aren't I?
Yeah. You're-
Oh, yeah, I'll listen to you.
And then he has the drink, and it's in like
Bitty.
a little bottle. Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? And then, but I have heard that but not financial advice. I've heard that as strong-minded as you can be, you're still always going to help because they're coming at it from a different perspective and they know what they're talking about and they're speaking to loads of athletes. But I've always been a bit like an idiot like that and just thought he doesn't know. He's never sat on the start line. He's never been he's never had to sit at the top of Rampage and do something he doesn't want to do, or he's never.
I guess the best advice would come from your peers, people that you look up to that have been
Exactly,
through it.
and Steve's always been there for me a bit for that stuff. Not for he's actually been good for financial advice as well. Steve's actually the man. he's helped me with racing and with and with the financial
Yeah,
advice.
yeah.
But I don't know. I often think maybe it might have helped. A few things might not have crashed on the last hurdle so many
You
times.
never know. You never know, man. You never know. You don't know.
I can't.
And it's
picture-
something that's kept so quiet. I think I bet you the top 15 World Cup athletes have, but they just never talk about it.
I struggle
Really?
to think of what a sentence would be that they'd tell you. This is that how stupid I am.
Where it clicks.
Yeah, I can't picture that, so then I can't picture how it helps.
Yeah.
I can't picture what they're going to tell me. What, believe in yourself, you know, or like I don't know what.
If there was
pat you
someone
on the
listening
back,
to
can't
this that was a sports psychologist that offered up the services for
A
like
psychologist.
a psychologist, very good. If there's a sports
I could actually do with a psychologist. And make these a bit
Psychologist.
bigger.
we were talking about that earlier.
Talking about what? My little legs.
Here's
I'll put trousers on now.
yeah,
I'm self-conscious now.
yeah, if there was one that offered up the services, like, would you try it now, or are you still now? It's like, well, whatever. There's no point.
Yeah, how much an hour is he?
Well, if they just offer up the services for
free.
FOC, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd definitely give it a go.
yeah.
100%. But I'd have to look into his background.
Okay, background search.
Yeah, see who he's worked with before,
Yeah.
what his previous
He's come
is.
straight from careers advisor.
Yeah.
I
That's
know.
not-
Sports psychologist.
Yeah, I'll
maybe.
definitely give it a go. I'm fully open to it.
Yeah.
Open to, yeah, definitely.
What do you think about now? Like, how many seasons you done now? World Cup seasons?
Jeez. Well, 2006, I did 3 World Cups. And that would have been on Orange. And then the next year on that would have been 2007, and when I rode for Honda, that probably was my first full World Cup season.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
So
many years is that?
Bad at math.
Yeah, is it?
So 07,
God.
lot,
Doug?
15,
There you go.
16 years.
16 years. It's a lot of years. So, right, year 16, dude.
Holy.
Win.
What's
Yeah,
changed? Yeah, what's changed? So, year 16, you going into it, what's changed? What would you tell yourself year 1? Because that is, I guess now it's...
Nothing, dude, because I've got no regrets really, and like, don't know.
Really?
No, I just had so much fun in those early years, just thrashing around like a headless chicken. Just me and Ollie just literally just riding pump tracks all the time, drinking monsters,
Yeah.
and yeah, just go to World Cup. And we were training like without really knowing about it. We were like riding cross country or trails or whatever, pump track 3 hours a day. No downhill at all. I
Really?
distinctly remember turning up at the first World Cup and just getting blisters every single time I go to the World Cup. I'm like, I've never ridden down a 3.5 minute, I've never ridden down a 3 or 4 minute track and like hold on like that. Pump tracks are way smoother. and yeah, I don't know. Just because I honestly have got no regrets.
That's sick.
If I'd been the dog's bollocks back in the day and started winning races, would I be still here now? Would I have just got completely burnt out of it? And
I guess throughout your career, you've kept that like hunger,
yeah,
going chasing that thing.
yeah,
and then
because
kept you going through.
I don't like being crap at stuff,
Yeah.
and I want to just move on and I see something else. I want to get involved with that, and maybe that's the reason why I'm not world champ or why I haven't won a World Cup. But I just, like I said, no regrets. It's which is nice to say that really.
Okay.
There must be some little ones, but I can't think offhand.
Yeah, nothing major isn't really
No,
nice place to be.
nothing that was like
for sure.
nothing that was like, God, I wish I hadn't done that.
Yeah.
Or gosh, I wish I'd done that.
Yeah.
I don't know, not
As
really.
you get older, you get less like bothered by accolades and
Yeah,
you know, like little numbers and stuff sort of fade away a bit. I think
yeah.
for me anyway. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just think
I'm still waiting for that. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that big, massive achievement, like the big one.
Yeah. What could it be? Do you think?
Don't know, like a straight rhythm win or something.
straight rhythm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mate.
500 2-stroke.
Yeah. You never know.
Actually,
Never
no.
know. An
Have you seen
A1
that
podium,
clip?
something like that.
Have you seen that clip where Barsha is just jumping straight over the thing, and Roxon's just doing the fattest scrub whip
Yeah.
next to him.
Yeah.
That'd be
I've
me.
seen that.
I'd
That was straight
Roxon,
with
yeah.
him?
Yeah, straight with him.
Straight
Yeah,
with him. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, that's a cool event.
Yeah,
Favourite was great.
but
There
with
hasn't been a
James
mountain bike
Stewart doing a
version,
straight
right?
air next to me.
Did he
And I'm-
really?
No, that's is what's going to happen.
So
Okay.
you're on the 500.
Yeah, I'm on the
Yeah.
500. James Stewart's he's a bit
He's on a
scared of the
125.
jump. You see,
He doesn't want to
so
get
he's
loose.
just, he's got a bit dead sailor.
Yeah.
But I've come in and just absolutely thrown this 500. I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Got a
Do you
point.
do a tear off or not even bother?
Yeah, it's dry as a bone, but I'm going to do a tear off.
Whole
and
pack.
then they've caught a clip on the side,
Yeah.
and then I'll put that on my Instagram. Then that'll be a win.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
I won't
feel
tag
you.
him in it either.
What is?
Actually, no, I'll put it on my TikTok. That's what I just started one of them. So,
Have
yeah.
you really?
Well, I've had it for ages, but I've just now I'm sort of
I
putting
hate
work
it.
in.
as well. I hate it. I've been trying to use it a little bit.
Mine
I've-
does really badly.
Yeah.
I put
I
stuff
think
on
you've
it.
got- I think it's a
I
real
went
Gen
viral the other
Z
day
thing.
actually on one.
You
You
did?
Yeah, I got like 600 likes or something on it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so it's pretty.
Have you actually ever got a viral TikTok?
No, I did put one up. I've been trying to work on it, and now I put one up the other day, and it did alright. So now I'm into it.
It is interesting. Okay, so what are the motivators now? Like, what's the motivation for getting on TikTok? You know,
Sorry,
What's
I'm
the-
trying
what-
to work out
you're gonna
what
follow
my,
him?
my worst TikTok is.
what's your thing on TikTok? App?
It'd be
Brendog,
Brendog one, I would
yeah,
have thought.
I'd have thought.
Hope.
Yeah. What are the motivations now?
Um,
Like, why? Not why a TikTok. That's not a thing. But like, what is the motivation going into another season?
I
And
often think that. Why am I
yeah,
doing World Cups again? Because I think what it is, I just desperate. I love being like last two previous years. I haven't been in the mix at all. And I just love like being in the mix and joining in with the top boys. I'm like, oh, where are we going there? Looking at GoPros, and I'm not 10 seconds off. I like to be 2 seconds off.
yeah.
And I like being at the World Cups. I like I don't know why, but
Does it still feel like a bit surreal that that's a job? Because
no,
does it not?
No.
It feels like this is a.
because it's just
It just feels like
it's
what you
been-
do.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah,
Which is not really just what I do. I've got so much other
Yeah.
stuff going on. But then when I'm there,
No, I
I'm
mean like this is what you do as a rider. Like
Yeah,
you're a bike
absolutely,
rider.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is what I do for a job.
race down a hill
Yeah.
from top
I
to
love
bottom.
the idea of you doing a normal job.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'll be shit hot at it.
Oh, it's such a...
Maybe.
That Troy Lee thing
Sports
was quite good, wasn't
psychologist.
it, when we- just you as a delivery driver. I think you'd enjoy loads of stuff.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Yeah, but
Do you ever have a regular job?
no.
That's cool.
I went to
That's so good.
college. I went
Yeah.
to school.
You're actually so weird.
And then I went to college doing maths and engineering. And then throughout after my first year, Orange approached me, and that's when Steve left Orange and went to Santa Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
And Orange were like, "Oh, what do we do now?" So Orange approached me. They gave me 25 grand
Mm-hmm.
and a Sprinter van fully kitted out. And they were like, "Yeah, just go do some World Cups and see how you get on. We don't really care too much." So there's $2,000 a month. There's a Sprinter van. Off you go. So I had to
Wow.
pay for everything.
Yeah.
But I was literally just, and I spoke to my dad, and I was like, "Dad, like, I've just done this," and he was just like, "Well, it's a no-brainer. Like, don't even think about staying at college. Just go and do a few years
Wow.
kicking about, wasting your money, and then you can just come back to school after that and do your maths and engineering, whatever you want to do." So I was like, "Yep, done." Phoned all my mates. Right, I'm actually rich now. I've got a van, and we're going to Europe for 4 months, and I'm paying for everything. Leave your wallets at home. Jump in a van. Let's go. And
No
that's
way.
when I put 4 of my mates in. Me and 4 mates got in the Sprinter van. I paid for everything. And we'd got on the ferry, went to Europe, and I raced a couple of World Cups, got a podium at the end of the year.
Wow.
At the best time ever. I obviously didn't pay for like pit space or anything because I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'd turn up, drive straight in the pits. Didn't know they had to like book pit space months in advance and all this shit. But everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, the boys coming in." So I remember Cedric one time, he was on Cannondale or something, and he was like, "Oh, Bren, we've got a little bit of extra space at the end to chuck it on there. So
No way.
yeah, and every race we'd just blag it and just get in there and just all the boys would jump out.
Who's the boys?
My brother, my
Yeah.
friend Liam Mason, my other friend Ben Baker, and my other friend Rich Thomas.
Wow.
Yeah, but
That's a lineup, that is.
yeah,
You
so
know
we just
those boys.
ate,
It's a
ate
lineup.
went to a couple of restaurants a week, ate rice and peas and sweet corn and tuna the rest of the week, raced a few bikes,
You're chasing
ran out of
winnings,
money,
weren't you? Yeah.
ran
right,
out of
yeah.
money literally every week, every month. But at that time, I was good enough to like almost guarantee prize money at races.
Yeah.
Like the smaller ones, not World Cups, but
Yeah.
like Max's Cups at the time were quite nice ones, £2,000 prize money. Like Swiss and French Cups, could go peel £2,000 a time there.
I love the idea of that. Just
Yeah.
like bombing around trying to find
Yeah,
prize
so
money.
then I got invited to a Mega Avalanche one year. That year, sorry. So boys, we're going to Mega Avalanche, Alpe d'Huez, blah blah blah. Whip over there. Got there, and didn't really know what was going on. Saw Dan and G, and Dan was like fitting RockShox boxer springs in his seat post. So he was putting them in the seat post. Had a quick release seat post, and he had a gear shifter cable rigged up so he could pull. So he's making a dropper post.
No way.
Yeah,
This is the first drop
out
post.
of boxer springs.
Holy.
And
Wow.
I'm thinking, what's that then? And he's like, yeah, like the middle pit. You have to race from the top to the bottom. It's like 40 minutes long, whatever. I'm thinking, that doesn't sound good. And then he's like, yeah, there's a big pedally bit in the middle, so you can put your seat up and you got to pedal through the middle. And I'm just thinking, boys, don't know if this is for me. And the organisers bought me a hotel. I've got to go for a press conference, all this shit. And I'm just looking round at these boys with triple chain rings at the front and making dropper posts and telling me that it's like the big pedally bits in the middle. And I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure there's a French Cup or a Swiss Cup about 4 hours away that we could go up and get a bit of dosh.
Yeah.
So we just peel out of there, and it's
Really?
miles to go. And I got quite in trouble with the organiser. I can't remember her name. She was a lovely lady at the time.
Should we do a formal apology now?
Yeah, I do apologise, but I've got a hotel sitting there, no one in it. There's like a seat there with Brendan on there, no one sitting behind the press conference. So it's crap.
Off chasing cash.
Yeah, I was just like, no chance of staying here. We've got to pedal all the way around there. That looks so shit. So we've driven from Alpe d'Huez to this Swiss or French Cup. I can't remember what it was. Lo and behold, on the way over, we ran out of petrol. Diesel completely run out. So this is really shit story. Don't feel good about this one tiny bit, but we ran out. We completely got no petrol. So don't know what to do. We've got no money because I've run out. So we ended up siphoning diesel out of a digger. And Rich Thomas, who's a mate, we didn't
So
bully
good.
him as such. It's more banter. Go on, Rich, you got to suck on that pipe. So he's sucking on the pipe out this old JCB, God knows how, probably a bit more metal and bits in there than the diesel, siphoning it out. Oh, big mouthful, blah, blah. Yeah, go on, boy, go on, get it again. All this stuff. And ended up getting diesel out the digger, got to the race, got second at the race. Sam Blinkenstock, little bastard, beat me. But still walked away with the grand. You know, I mean, like a grand is.
And would they give you cash then as well?
Cash.
Oh, there you go.
Cash. Another quick story I'll bore you with. We did a Max's Cup in the same position. But I mean, £2,000 is a lot of money when you're 17. When you got to pay for 5 of your mates and you're driving around Europe, it's not much money at all. So I won this Max's Cup. And chuffed to nuts, blah, blah, blah. And I went to go to get my prize money, and it was an envelope, the thinnest envelope you've ever seen. And I was thinking, oh my God, it's a cheque. This is going to take ages to get bank this cheque. So I've just chucked the cheque in this drawer that we had in the, and in this fancy drawer we had in the Sprinter. You did not want to go in there. It's got porno mags in there. It's got like loads of, and I just chucked it in there. And I was like, boys, I don't know what we're going to do. Like, it's a cheque. Didn't even open it. Didn't even open the thing because I just saw it.
Check.
A couple of days later, I thought I'd open the cheque to go bank it, whatever. €2,000 notes in there.
No.
Yeah. At the time, you get €1,000 note, which is equivalent to like 640 quid.
Yeah.
So I had two £640 notes in there. I didn't realise I had a sort of a check. No, we were just like, what? But it turns out even back then, it's super hard to spend €1,000 note. Like no CAFs wanted it, no whatever. And we happened to be in this ski resort. And it was a mission, dude. We found out this owner of a cafe was an English guy, and he offered to take these notes to the bank and then swap them for normal notes of use. But anyway, that's another story. It's quite a funny one, but yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, I've just been talking for ages, haven't I?
No,
So,
that's great. That's amazing. They're great stories.
But yeah.
Like, no wonder you got no regrets, because that sounds like a hell of a...
Yeah.
It's a hell of a life.
I mean, I do wonder, like... But no, because I don't. Because then I was on a massively factory team. I went from earning 25 grand a year pounds on Orange, and then to the next year I rode for Honda. I rode for $15,000 and I had to pay for all my own food.
Really?
So I was way worse off. Yeah, because...
Why was that? Why did you take that?
I don't know.
Why did you take... Was the Orange deal still on the cards?
Yeah, but... I don't actually, was it? But it's Honda, dude.
Yeah.
Did you have a manager
And I was
then?
like this... Yeah.
That probably was it, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That was...
Oh, right.
And he sort of, right or wrongly, he was like, look, Honda never have 3 factory riders. Like, this is a once in an opportunity, lifetime opportunity. And I did speak to Steve about it, and he just said, look, mate, get on Honda.
Yeah.
So I did it, and then so I went from being like baller to not a baller.
But on Honda.
Yeah. And I had a good year, and like I just said, it went from that year, from like siphoning diesel out of JCBs and running around like a headless chicken, to being on debatably the most factory team on the World Cup circuit.
Yeah.
So it's huge difference. And then that team sadly did what they did. I still don't know why, and I genuinely, honestly don't know why it didn't last anymore. To being on Iron Horse with Sam Hill. So yeah, amazing. Yeah.
I want to talk more about Honda, if that's all right, but quick ad break. Cool?
Let's go to the ads, yeah.
Ready?
Let's go to the ads. Okay, honestly, I've been looking forward to this advert.
Yeah, favourite.
It is actually one of my favourite adverts, because it's one of my favourite products that we've ever done, and we've got a long history doing it, right?
We have, mate. Yeah, believe it or not, one of the first ever podcast
There
sponsors,
you go.
and it's lovely to have them back, isn't it?
Isn't it just? And a product that's so useful as well.
Super useful.
And both of us have used personally
Yep.
in times of need.
Yeah.
Times where you really needed some way of cleaning your bike.
Yeah.
That's right, it's the Hydra Shot.
Mate.
And it's got more powerful. And
It's
we're going to
got
unbox it.
better. You're going to unbox it. This is actually your one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to unbox this.
So for the audio listeners, I'm going to leave it all to you to explain what I'm doing, what we're looking at when I pick it up. Is that good? Is that
easy,
good? That's
man.
going to work out good.
Let's do it.
Right.
Okay, so this is the new Hydra Shot. It's had an update. We're talking pretty much double the power now, which is really cool. I mean, the Hydra Shot was great at first, but the thing is, it's not too much. It's not too much, and it's not like too little. It's just enough. You're not going to damage the bearings of your bike. Olly's now reaching into the box, and in the box he's found the hose. We're going to break the hose down, all right? This is a beautiful piece of hose.
This is a lovely piece of hose, because what this hose means, not only that you can connect it up to your mains water system. Yeah, sure. Every pressure washer does that. This one, you can put in your water butt. You can put it in the river like you do.
Yeah,
right?
I did that. Yeah, I used to do that for sure.
So
basically it means that wherever you are, if you can find clean or somewhat clean water source, you can wash your bike. Bottom of the trails, perfect, right? Side of a track, perfect. Ocean, when you're jet skiing, perfect.
Perfect.
So many places you can do it. It's anywhere.
It really is. That's the best thing for me, living in the flat, not having outside water source. That's why I used it for so long, and it was so great.
Yep.
A friend in need is a friend indeed.
For sure. We didn't have an outside tap either for a long time, so I used to just fill the bucket, come outside, dip the nozzle in, wash a bike off. Super handy, mate.
Exactly the same for me. So now I'm hyped to look at this, because this is the first time I've seen it.
Wow.
This is twice the power.
Yep, that's it.
56 bar.
Yep, we're going to have 220 litres of water flow. Yeah,
Would you look at
which is
that?
great, isn't it? All right.
It's really good.
It's brushless 2.0 motor and negative charge pump, generate pressure up to 56 bars.
56 bars.
Again,
dude, it says it
not
on
enough. No, is enough. Not too much, but not in. I can't say that.
It's less than a normal pressure washer, so it won't blow out your bearings. I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
Thank you for helping me out.
Hey, look, what I want to show you here. I run all Works power tools, and because of the power share system, you can just simply swap between your impact driver straight into your new Hydra Shot. It goes actually in a waterproof casing here. I think that's new,
cool.
isn't it?
Yeah, that is new.
But how cool is that?
It's a nice
straight
feature.
in. We're good to go. We're good to go.
Cranker. Does it
Right,
work?
Shall I look in the box, see what else we got?
Keep going. See what else we got in there. And also worth noticing, it weighs just 1.5 kilograms. So you're not going to have to, I remember, dude, back in the day, we used to carry around these crazy big petrol jet washers. You have to generator as well. It was so much stuff you had to carry. But this comes in a nice little bag if you want it as well. You can get that on works.com or uk.works.com. What else we got? All right, we've got the nozzle, which you can use at 0 degree, 15 degree, 25 degree, or 40 degrees, which means, again, you can pinpoint accuracy if you really want, or you can give it a nice flow. Maybe, again, something we use it for at home, watering the flower beds. Nice. It's a nice job as well, actually.
I tend to use the 15 degrees. I feel.
Yeah, 15 is about right, isn't it?
Yeah, but maybe with this new 56 bar, I might be using a wider.
40.
I might be.
Yeah.
I might be.
Yeah, it's good.
Mate, I'm really excited. Do we have an offer?
Yeah, which is the best. So, again, mate, Works have been with us for a long time, but we've never had an offer code. Thankfully, Works have come through. We said, look, we want to hook the companionship up, right? We're going to talk about your amazing products. We're going to talk about it. We're going to promote them, but we want to give them something.
Yeah.
And it works, dude.
It works.
So it's powerful. All right, so if you head to uk.works.com and enter the code, The Ride Companion, what is it?
I think that code is The Ride Companion.
Yep, that's going to get you a whopping 15% off.
Nice.
That's good,
15%
man.
off.
It's really good. It's super helpful. I know, again, not to go over it too much, but people have been loving this ever since we started talking about them all those years ago. So hopefully it's going to help the companionship out. uk.works.com, enter the code, The Ride Companion, and you too can have yourself a clean bike.
What an outro.
So good.
What a good ad. How good was that, Bren?
What ad was it?
The one we just did. Sometimes
what was
I just
it?
think, how are we that good?
Was it a good one or a bad one?
Really good
Best.
one.
Was it? Yeah.
Best one yet.
Yeah,
Was it
best
like?
one.
Was it like Death Grip clothing one or what?
Could be.
Depends.
We'll chat next time.
Right, where were we before the ad break?
Well, I feel like we were talking about Honda, which is a super interesting
We're
topic.
talking about how shit Honda paid me.
Yeah, we basically talked about how shit Honda paid you. But what was there? I feel like we have spoke about Honda a lot. Like every time you come on, it's the thing that we end up talking about.
Yeah,
because it is interesting that they came into downhill. I know they went, but like, what was their approach? Like, were they? Because when you have these like out of industry or whatever things we spoke about the other day with Motul and stuff coming in, and like they just have a different approach. Did they approach it like Supercross almost? Like they wanted to be massive rig? Is that what they were like? Was it the opposite?
Really, this is the honest truth. I was so young and just caught the rabbit in the headlights. Didn't really. It was just like another team.
Yeah.
But I got invited on it and had Greg on it and had Matty Lahiken on it, and it was Showa suspension and like these crazy frames and stuff. And I was just like, mint, let's have it. It's a cool team. Like you get to ride with Greg, because I was obviously just riding round by myself and with the boys. And then suddenly Greg is my teammate, and thought go for it.
Fair. No, it's good.
Even though it was crap money.
Yeah, man, that Honda logo's got weight behind it, hasn't it? It's got pull behind it. The fact we're still talking about it now is like...
It's gnarly, isn't it?
Yeah.
It made an impact. I guess, like, if you think about what you were spending out of your own money on your previous team, like, if you actually did the maths, it would be so awful, your first deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I had to pay for a mechanic. I had to pay for all my own travel, expenses, everything. Prime example, flew, we had a World Cup in Mount St. Anne. Flew over there. And then, I did a Norba, which was my first race in America. And then the week after was Mount St. Anne World Cup. And I got 5th at the Norba. as it, so I had the top boys in front of me. I just flown in, ugly little kid with on an orange bike from the UK, smashing his bloomin'. I was on Shrams, and John Dawson was the top boy there, and I was just like this, like I said, squiddy little guy from the UK. Mate, I've broken another set of forks, and he was just like, "What are you doing?" 4 sets gone, and then luckily, I got 5th. So I beat these massive names. So I came in with a bit of a punch, and then went the following week. Went to Mount St Anne, got a double flat tire in my qualifying, so I didn't qualify. Then the next weekend after that we had Brazil. So a guy called Bullhead at the time, Dave Wardell.
Wow.
I was travelling with. He was on GT,
guy,
and we flew out of JFK, which is an airport in New York, and then we had to transfer from one side of New York to the other, another new airport called Newark. So we had our bikes, and my bike never turned up into JFK, so we travelled across town. And in a limo, because it's the only thing that he could fit his bikes in. But at the time, one of my my bike, basically, the moral of the story, my bike never made it to Brazil.
Right.
So I spent every day phoning the airport, phoning this and the other, trying to chase this bike, and I had an £800 phone bill after it, and it all went tits up and whatever. And then we flew home and I had to go to European Champs. So because I had lost my bike, I managed to blag another bike from all my sponsors, and then literally drove to European Champs, and then my other bike turned up. So I actually got 2 bikes, so it's a bit of a touch, really.
What was your setup like when you went abroad? Because obviously you're on Orange, UK team, UK
Nightmare.
setup, UK Sprinter van.
Nightmare.
What do you use when you get there?
Either pit out the SRAM tent or... I can't remember. Was it... Can't remember.
Right.
It would have been SRAM tent or... Yeah.
So the big difference going on to big team is you just don't worry about anything.
No, don't have to do anything.
Done.
Flights booked, hotels booked, everything like that. Mechanics provided for you.
Did that make a big difference to your racing though?
Nah, not
That's
one
what I was
bit.
going to say. I think of you as like... Have you ever thought about doing a team? 'Cause I think of you as like liking a lot of stuff going on and...
Yeah. No, I haven't actually. No, I haven't.
You can see how certain people would really benefit them having like a factory set up and not worrying about stuff.
Yeah.
And like they get easily overwhelmed by loads of moving parts and just
definitely,
to concentrate on racing.
But no, I've never thought of that really.
What about now?
Sorry?
What about now? No?
Nah.
No.
Too busy at the minute.
Yeah, that's fair.
Couple of years maybe.
When did you start making money? So it was like...
Or Fat Wedge.
Yeah.
Year after that, really.
There you go. Is it really?
No.
And when did it become like more of a sustainable like
25
career, though?
grand the first year.
Yeah.
Then I went on to $15,000, which sounds pretty good, but it's £7,500 at the time. And then after that, I went on to Iron Horse. Yeah. So at the time it was 2 to 1. So it's really shite.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went on for 45 grand from Iron Horse, dollars, with bonuses. And then after that, it went up a bit.
Can you explain how bonuses work on a race team?
Well, you have bonuses. So like you said, monster bonuses or specialised bonuses, whatever. You'd get, if you got 10th at a World Cup, you'd get 500 quid. If you won a World Cup, you'd get 5 grand or whatever. So obviously I didn't get any 5 grands or much from bonuses, but and then it gradually went up, and then when I left Specialised, which would have been, don't know when it was, but they were a bit sly the way that happened at the time, but I'm not going to go into that. But then I moved on to Scott, and the way I did my Scott deal is I did like a frame only deal, which is not really, no one does it in downhill. They always do like you get a team deal and you get paid out of the kitty from the team. You get paid, like say they pay, like Fox pay the team, the clothing company pays the team, tyres pay the team, and then you get X amount, you get 5 grand, I'll get like 500 grand or whatever. And then and it's all out on the team members, and the mechanics get paid and pay for travel.
Yeah.
But so that's how it worked. But when I went for Scott, I was like, I want a frame deal. I want to have my own. And part of my frame deal, I negotiated that I use the Scott pits, and they pay for my travel to races.
Right.
So that was part of my frame deal, and then I could get other sponsors separately, which why people don't want to do is because you have a lot of people to manage. You have like a lot of sponsors to keep happy. You got, you know, so a young racist will come in, race their bike down the hill, hell for leather, and then their manager has to deal with all those bits, i.e. like keeping the sponsors happy and keeping the deliverables coming in and keeping everyone happy. But I figured out that you can make a lot more, because I'd hung around with free riders,
Right.
and that go ride for a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ride for all these people.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking, I'm hearing about all these free riders getting X amount from them, X amount from them, X amount from them. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm up for a bit of that. So that's how I did it. And it is a lot to manage. Huh?
You manage it all yourself?
Yeah, always have.
Wow.
Apart from those first 2 years when I signed for Honda, I had to sign a 2-year deal with a managing company, which took me on to the next year when I was on Iron Horse. So he was managing my Iron Horse money, even though I'd done all the legwork and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I'd manage it all myself, which I enjoy, and I love having a personal relationship with everyone and whatever. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so then I've done that ever since, and that's been more. Yeah, you can earn a bit more like that.
Yeah.
But you have to manage more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to weigh it up.
Yeah.
Would you say it's impacted racing? Not at all, really,
No,
for you, is it?
not one bit. No.
No. Right, what's changed in downhill since diesel siphoning days? Because a fair bit's changed, right? So diesel siphoning days, those days, yeah, you're wild and free and young and mental, but also the tracks were different, racing was different. Was it more serious, less serious? What was the...
I don't think it was less serious.
No.
I don't think it was less serious. It's still serious. You're still fighting for championships. There's still a lot of money on the table. Not like on for me, but like there's still the top boys that back then were earning huge amounts of money, and there's still so much pressure on them. I don't think it's changed much at all, apart from, in my opinion, the tracks have changed a bit for the worse. But I say that probably every time I come on. So they just don't change anymore, and I know why they don't change, because they want them to be sustainable, and they want to be able to say, "Oh, come and ride the World Cup track here." And if you back in the day, it was like tracks changed every run. I feel like I'm going around in circles like with this, but they just were muddy and roots and rocks, and they changed every run, like I just said. And now it's bike park, hard pack, same old.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's not for the work. That's not any worse.
As a rider,
it's just in my opinion,
Yeah.
and in lots of people's opinion, it's not as fun and it's not as cool. But you still get great racing with the track being the same from Thursday to Sunday.
It's going to be interesting to see this year. Obviously,
like,
it's
like you said,
way more track time and
But it's just in my opinion how
This
it's
is
changed.
because that's the slow change. This is the biggest fast change has been in all of your career now, isn't it? The addition of semi-finals.
Oh yeah.
massive.
Sorry, yeah.
That will
Totally
be the
different
biggest.
format.
Yeah, definitely.
What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, have no opinion on it.
Really? Yeah. You don't feel any way?
No, I feel like it's just something different.
I
Everyone
feel like as a racer, that's the best way of attacking it. I feel like the people that are discussing it are like
but also
armchair racers like us. You know,
it's-
as a racer, just turn up, ride your bike as fast as you can
yeah, and it's everyone's
it.
got to do it.
every
Yeah.
time. Just do that.
It's going to be insane seeing some top boys not making it to the final. Not if they're slow, but you could just make a slip up or
Yeah.
get a pungy or whatever.
I like solely think of it as a fan, and I think it's exciting.
Yeah,
you know,
good.
Like more exciting stuff is more like
It's more, isn't it?
Like
Yeah.
if you think of Formula One, it's you can follow it so well from free practice to quali to finals. There's so much like in the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I only ever watch. I'm not a fan of Formula One, but I'll watch qualifying highlights on YouTube, and I watch final highlights on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I love to watch that, but I don't think I'd watch a full race.
I can't. I'll be honest. Again, we spoke about this last night. I just can't do it. It just doesn't do enough for me.
Yeah.
It's not enough, I don't know, what I'd call racing, like
Yeah.
rubbing and crashes and moving stuff, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a bit drawn out for me, and I
Yeah.
really hope that downhill doesn't become that in a way.
Yeah.
Because it is a long thing to sit and watch a race. It's like it's a big broadcast. It's
Yeah,
a few
yeah, yeah.
hours. Like you've really got to be
Invested.
into it. Yeah, and you know, and I think what Formula One have done really, obviously the Drive to Survive thing was massive for it because it's opened so many more people up to the sport. But I don't know if many people sit and watch a complete like race.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
So
hopefully
we've got, at the time of this recording, we got 2 weeks until first World Cup,
Yep.
yeah.
and that's Lenserhide
Today's Tuesday. I leave a week today.
week today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Lenserhide.
Lenserhide. Then I'm home for 2 days and then out to Leogang.
Right.
Then home for a week and then out to Val di Sole.
You excited about Lenserhide?
Yeah, nervous and excited. Obviously, I just had the worst luck ever there.
Yeah.
But I like the track. I've always ridden well there. I've always liked it. It's a nice vibe. It's the most picturesque location. Nice mountain.
It is amazing.
The
isn't it, as a
chairlift,
spot?
the gondola's good. Little things like that are really wicked about the spot.
Yeah.
But I've just eaten shit there or carcassed and knocked myself out, ripped my leg open, or
God.
honestly,
This is the year
I
to
was
right that wrong.
actually the other week I was just going through and in my head going through all the shit that's happened. It's absolutely, you wouldn't actually believe it.
What at Lenserhide?
Yeah,
New
like
sports
just see
psychologist.
little things like didn't qualify one year because I got a puncture,
Mm.
whatever. So now I was just riding down the side of the track with Steve because he was like looking for lines. Steve rode in front of me, knocked the rock out. The rock hit my front wheel. I couldn't avoid it. Straight over the handlebars. Massive gash in my shin, like 20 stitches in my shin. Big peel of skin out of my hand. Had to go to the hospital. Yeah, previous year before that, I had 58 stitches where it sliced my. I can show you a picture if you want to put on there.
Yeah.
Please.
Sliced my shin open. Yeah, and then obviously heli lifted off last year.
Was that last year?
2 years
2
ago.
years ago. Yeah. Yeah, that's after. Oh, is that where
Knocked
it was?
myself
That
out.
was the
That's where I
rock.
got my knocked myself out in qualifying that 1 year. That's where we got that. Where I got the ice,
Bambi.
the Bambi on ice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, you've really had a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
time
I've had
out
a
there.
bad
haven't
time
you?
of it. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's going to change. That's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
probability wise. It can't keep getting. It's going to be good.
Can't.
No.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. I do you know what? Weirdly, I still do look forward to it.
Lovely place.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
a lovely spot. It's a lovely spot.
Yeah, and is your approach different now? Obviously, holy.
Not good that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Dude.
Airdrop that to me, will you?
So
Don't airdrop at me. That's disgusting. Fucking hell, bro.
yeah, so it's just been on and on.
Yeah. Holy. That's the worst. That is a bad one.
But your approach now.
Oh,
You
man,
you seem relaxed about World
Yeah,
Cup
I am.
racing now. It's
I'm-
good.
I'm not putting pressure on myself as such, but I want to be there and be in the mix again and just whatever. And I have got a bit. I've been super busy with the project this year, but I've had more time on my downhill bike.
Yeah.
I've made time to go up to like Dovey for 2 days here, like every other week, to get time on my downhill bike and yeah, it's been fun process and. In between everything else, it's Oh no, not that one. Don't want to send that to Hannah.
No.
Yeah, it's been fun and I feel quite prepped. So
Sick.
look out, top 60 really.
It's gotta
Coming
be.
for you.
It's gotta be. What is it? Top 30 to finals, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
top
think.
60. We got
Top
I think
60.
top 60
and
with
then
the
top
first
30
goal.
for finals.
Which, if you think about it, like I could name 20 riders that could win a race.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I'm in it for a different reason. I'm in it just, and I don't like when people go, oh yeah, I'm just here to have fun or whatever. It's like racing your bike at breakneck speeds down the hill with 1,000 people watching you, with millions of people watching you, and 20 sponsors that are expecting you to do good, and all that pressure is not fun all the time.
No.
But I like that pressure of it, and I want to just be in the mix. And I don't think there is too much pressure on me at the minute. I think there's there's don't know. I just be stoked to be there. Really.
Yeah, it's cool, man. How is your flipping gears a little bit here? But like, how is your body after all these years of World Cup races, all these injuries and stuff? You still,
honestly,
yeah,
not too bad. Obviously, no ACL, and my hands are a bit smashed up. Both my thumbs are pretty banged up. But I don't wake up in the morning and think, oh God,
that's pretty cool.
No, yeah, it is. I'm quite lucky with that. So
I was listening to a podcast yesterday, a Gypsy Tales one, with a guy who Jace has been supporting a little bit in the States.
Yeah.
And he was saying that basically he has got like another year in him just because his body is that bad.
how old is he?
Only a young man, just like so many
84?
surgeries, 80 odd, yeah, 85, 86, still qualifying for mains. No, I can't remember. He's probably early 30s, I'd say. Like, and he is like listing off his knee injuries and like back injury and
So it just
broken
hurts
backs
loads,
and
does
like
it,
he just
or what?
can't physically ride the bike anymore.
Oh, it's rubbish, that, isn't it?
Yeah, like it sounds brutal.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of like downhill guys where that's been an issue, where the body just can't do it anymore. But I can't really think of anyone that's recovered because of
G.
good one. Yeah,
Yeah, but you
good
see,
one.
G doesn't walk around the pits like looking bad shape, does he?
Yeah, big time.
Does he?
Yeah.
limping and
Limping and yeah.
yeah, he hadn't. That last one though was career ending, wasn't it? Really,
Yeah.
like it was one
Well,
of them.
I hope it's not, but yeah,
No.
he's still. I think it's still not 100%.
Is it not? No.
No.
I mean, that was a huge crash.
Yeah.
Fucking
But
hell.
yeah, I don't know what G soon. Hopefully, he might come do some races again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. What? Right, I'm gonna flip gears again. Apologies. Talked a little bit about like when it started to become more sustainable as a business and a business, you know, like as a career.
Yeah.
Financial advice. You spoke a little bit about it. We had a really interesting conversation last time. Went on a ride about some of the stuff you'd done with like money and stuff like that. So yeah, what have been some like learning things that you've had over your career
I like this.
to
It's
make
a segment. Brendan's financial advice
No,
segment.
it's interesting though because
But I'm
you
interested
know,
in it as well.
Yeah, it is interesting. I find it really interesting, especially for some of the younger people listening that maybe start earning a bit of money and stuff
Actually,
like that.
yeah, I'll be on your side here, Brent. You've done very well for a very long time, and you're not Lamborghini flashy guy,
No.
and you have done well through smart decisions at a time where really probably you weren't smart.
Yeah.
We weren't smart. We were idiots. And I'd say actually you have done
I mean,
the right thing. It's easy to earn loads of money as a sports person and then blow it all because everyone's telling you everything you do is the best. You can see why it happens. Why there's those statistics of like NFL players like
It's
they blow it
crazy,
all.
and I never understand how you
I
blow
don't.
millions of quid.
No.
and it's so much money they earn
Yeah.
and then it's all gone and like so many end up bankrupt, don't they?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It'd be interesting to know. Well, hear about like some of the decisions you've made and why you
Yeah.
made them, and if that's okay.
Honestly, I think the secret to where I am now is not liking shiny things.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I was and loving bikes just way too much, like absolutely just. So when I was growing up and I started earning a bit of money, and like I said, as soon as I got my first paycheck or whatever, don't know whether it was my first, but bought a motorbike. But that's just loving bikes more. But Steve has helped because when I was earning a bit of money, I found out about premium bonds.
Yeah.
And I found out that you could put cash into premium bonds. HMRC are probably going to be after me now. So I found out you could put cash in premium bonds. So when I was like 18, 19, when I was that age, I was able to sell my bikes at the end of the year, and I was earning a little bit of prize money, cash. So I'd go into the post office and give my cash to Jimmy, the postman, and he'd put it in premium bonds.
Terms with the postman, it's going
Because
well.
I was in there, like, not being big-headed. I was in there all the time with bits of cash here and there, and I wanted to fill up a premium bond, which is 30 grand.
Right.
So, and I filled up a premium bond, and then I was like, he's like, you can't put any more in. I was like, what do you mean? It's full. And I was like, literally just like, shit, okay, Christian, I've got to open a premium bond account in your name. This is my brother. So I opened another premium bond account for my brother's name.
Brim that, did you?
And brim that. So I'd saved 60 grand. Because I was living at home.
420.
Yeah.
Wow.
because I was living at home.
Just cash. So that's
Cash.
tax free. That's now.
Yeah.
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 That's what I mean. They could come after me. So, but I was living at home, racing bikes all the time, scruff bag as I am now. Didn't like shiny things, so I didn't care about buying a nice car. Well, actually, I had like a Sprinter van at the time, and then I had an old van after that, or my mum's car. And I was obviously fortunate enough at 20 to still be living at home, and whatever. And racing bikes, when you go racing, like your team, not on Honda, but after that your team manager pays for it. As soon as you walk out the door, it's paid for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I spent that time just saving money and putting it in these premium bonds, and before I knew it, I had 60 grand. Then I was always with Steve. We were good friends with Steve, and I heard that Steve had a lot of rental properties up in Sheffield.
Yeah. He
And I
owns
was
some of
like-
it, I think, Sheffield.
Huh?
He's got his own postcode,
Yeah.
I think.
But he's cheated
SP1
anyway, because
we
you can
call
buy
it.
a house for like 50 grand up there. You can't buy a house for
Get
50
lost.
grand up there. Anyway, I found out this, and I was like, I'm going to buy a rental property.
Yeah.
So I went to go, and my dad, loved my dad. He's been the best, but he's not very savvy like that. He's just, we had anything we wanted, like whatever, but he didn't ever tell me how to save money, what to do with it. So I just used Steve as a bit of a role model for that. And Steve was like, yeah, buy a house and you can do this and the other, and if you don't need to buy the full amount, you just buy a chunk of it, then you borrow the rest off the bank. I'm thinking, this sounds shit hot. Like, borrowing money off the bank, and then someone moves in and pays me money back. So I'm looking into it. I'm actually like reading stuff. I remember buying a book on it.
Wow.
And I'm so dyslexic and dumb. Probably took me like 2 years to read the book. But every time I got on a plane, I'd read the book, and I was into this finances. I was actually interested. So anyway, I went to go. I was like, Dad, I found a house, 220 grand. So I've got 25%, and my dad, not bless him, but didn't really know what's going on. He's like, okay, let's go look at your house. Go look at this house. And I walked in this house, and I walked around it, and I was like, I don't really like this. But Dad said to me, he's like, look, you don't need to like it. Is it close to the station? Is it close to a town? Will it rent? Blah, blah, blah. Just offer him less. So I offered him 200 grand for this house. And half an hour later, I got a phone call. And I literally walked around this house for 10 minutes, got a phone call saying, yeah, they've accepted your offer.
Wow.
And I was just like...
Different time. That doesn't happen anymore, does it?
No, I know. So I bought a house for 200 grand, put 25% down, borrowed 150 grand from the bank. At that time, I was paying like £180 a month, interest only, to borrow the money. And I was earning £1,100 a month from the tenants.
So you did interest only your first one?
Yeah, I think
There
so,
you go,
yeah.
Interesting.
I can't fully remember, but I was paying such low mortgage, and I was only like £900 profit every month.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, this is going to get my premium bonds right back up there straight away. And then I got bank account, and then I've got that. Then I've got an accountant, and she's like, no, you can't just get cash and just put it in there. You got to like, fucking hell, this is a stitch up.
Tax? What is that? How do you spell it?
Oh, well, like, the way
TACS?
things are going, if I'm only £900 a month, I reckon I could save up 60 grand in another year or so.
Yeah.
No, you got to pay 20% tax on that, and you get up to that band, you're going to pay. Oh my god, I wish I hadn't even bothered with you. And then luckily I started earning a little bit more money, and just things progressed, and I was interested in it. And again, it comes down to not wanting a nice car.
Yeah.
And not wanting jazzy clothes and flashy gear, and I didn't care. And I think I was so content with my lifestyle and just going around a pump track with Olly and drinking Monsters. And I didn't care about money. I cared about money a lot.
Did you know
But I
that
didn't
you
care.
had to have it for the future? Like, was
No.
it really? Yeah.
Didn't
So it
think
wasn't
like that,
planning
really.
for the future.
Nah.
It's literally comes from being content.
Yeah.
That's so cool though.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
wasn't planning for the future.
Able to do
And I
something
still
smart.
don't really plan for the future, because I do in a way, obviously. But someone said to me, like, what's your fight? You know, I heard this. It's like, if you worry about what's happening in the future too much, then you ignore what's happening now. And I think that sounds deep and everything, but you can't plan what happens in the future
Gotta be
too
present,
much,
man.
because well, it is that though. You do.
Yeah. Yeah, you
And
do.
you do, but as long as you're not a complete idiot about it. But then, then I saved up more money, bought a couple more buy-to-let properties, and then this, that, and the other, and then decided I wanted to buy a house and turn it into 2 apartments, and then sell them, then it's just built up like that, really. And then 2 years ago, I built my own house.
Yeah,
and,
that's sick, isn't it? That's a dream, really.
Yeah.
We all have
But there's
that.
a few shiny things in that house.
Yeah.
That's where my rules sort of broke.
Okay. All right.
But financial advice from my perspective is just completely live within your means. If you can live under your means.
It's true, man.
Like, who cares if you have a lad who drive? If I see a young guy, if I see a guy under 50 driving around in a posh car, I instantly just think trust fund.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Or
so
he's
true,
borrowing
isn't
his
it?
dad's car.
Yeah, it's true.
So then I think, okay,
You don't want to be that
if
guy.
No. So I think if I buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, people are going to just think I've got a trust fund or that I'm borrowing my dad's car, which I know is bad to think because you should buy it for yourself and who cares
some
what
people, right?
anyone else is thinking of you.
Some people are
But
just
I
car
can't get
people.
that out of my. I know, and
That's crazy
Let's
to
not
think.
call it a car, then let's call it something else.
Yeah.
But I think that, which I need to get out of my head because
It's
you
a
buy, like I
product
said,
of
you
where
buy
we
it for
live,
yourself.
though.
Yeah,
It is a product of where we live.
Yeah.
Because you realise, like, it's taken me this long to realise that I'm not a rich person. Almost like, and almost until my 30s to realise, like, whoa, I've been, like, what wealth we've been living around.
Yeah.
To make you realise that, like, whoa, actually, this is a really insane bubble or whatever.
yeah.
So loads of stuff like that, I think. And then it sucks because you go elsewhere and you've got an accent from a place that's rich and you've just been poor.
Yeah.
It's like you can't win, but...
It's funny, I was going to tell you this story yesterday, but we didn't
Yeah.
get to it. But this is my thing that I saw yesterday, which really was it's almost an analogy for life, right? I was stopped at a petrol station round here, I guess the Mirko or something up there.
Yeah.
And there was a really nice Porsche, like a GT4, whatever it is, RS. I'm not a car guy, but I knew, like, fuck, that's
You want a GT3 RS? Right?
It was something. It was like a
The
sick,
GT4 is like the poor man.
is it?
One. I'm joking.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just using that as a model of Porsche that I know is nice, right? And
Yeah,
it was just
they're
a
both
beautiful
nice.
car, really nice car. You probably know the person. It was a green one. And I like walked past the car, and as you do, I had a little look inside. I was like, oh, that's fucking, I was not going through the window, but I'm like, oh, that's pretty nice. And there was a guy sat there, wife or whatever at the side, both doing a scratch card. And I was just like, that is like, how much is enough? Like, you know
They
what I mean?
did a scratch card. Yeah, interesting. They like
sat in a
gamble,
Porsche,
don't they?
yeah, just like how you've already kind of like won. I think you've got the $100,000 car or whatever
We
it might
might be
be.
fully on tick.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And it was just a weird thing that I saw.
So he
that
hasn't
made
won,
me
has he, really?
No, like
Si-
you're saying, it's just
Since
one of those
we're
things.
kids, we used to rip each other for... If someone paid for something, we'd be like, oh, yeah, he can pay...
He's
His
rich.
dad's well rich. Or
Yeah.
like, we've always done
Stitch
like
each other
jokes like
up.
that, which is well weird, isn't it? And then I remember always like... When I was younger, always like trying to get with like private school girls. That's both of those things are a product of living around here. When
Yeah.
you think about it, aren't they?
Yeah,
That's
Interesting.
weird,
It
eh?
is
That's
interesting,
so
yeah.
funny. Like, say, like we went on a DMR trip or like a whatever trip, and Ollie would have the DMR card, or DMR paying for expenses, or vice versa. We'd obviously have 4, 5, 6 people at the table, and then the checker or the lady comes. Who's paying? They'd be like, yeah, he's paying. His dad's so rich, and then you can't be like, no, my dad's not rich. Yeah,
You
yeah.
just have to own it.
And it just happens the whole time, and then you're just like, yeah, my dad's rich. There you go. Yeah, so that was a well funny stitch up we used to do. But I honestly just think just not wanting flashy things, not wanting that, enjoying, don't know, just. But I don't know why we never wanted.
It's because you're happy with just biking in the
Yeah,
woods.
just
Yeah.
biking
Simple
around the
things.
woods. Yeah,
Like being able to be happy with simple things
Yeah.
is so good.
It is, and I think something we've spoke about again recently is like just the freedom that you can. That for me, like that's the motivation.
Yeah.
It's not money; it's just freedom. It's been able to be here on a Tuesday and not be at work digging holes somewhere or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like that to me is ultimate success now.
Yeah.
It's just the freedom to do what you want to do, to ride your bike when you want to ride it, to do
I
whatever.
do think though, you do need some things. Exciting news! We have a sponsor of our show today, Caldera Lab. That's right. Say goodbye to the generic face wash on your counter because Caldera Lab is here to save the day when it comes to your skin. Backed by a leading clinical trial where 9 out of 10 men experience healthier and visibly improved skin, Caldera Lab has the tools to unlock your best first impression and confidence. Today, we have an exclusive offer for our audience so you can try for yourself why so many men so many men, trust Caldera Lab for their skincare needs. Use the code at calderalab.com for 20% off their best products. The code is coming later in the ad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hold on.
I like to save it so you watch to the end.
Yeah,
That's
hold
how I
on
like
to your hats and glasses.
Yeah.
We're ready with the code.
Yeah.
All right, Ollie, skincare, mate. Give us a quick rundown. What's your skincare routine look like?
Until this point,
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll be honest. I've been pretty much the same my entire life, but we're getting a little bit older now, right? We're both looking a bit more. Where there's some more than others.
Yeah. You look better than me, and I'll admit, I'll own that.
Yeah.
I'm
not
interested.
even going to counter it. Like,
No,
you're right.
I'm interested to see if it actually does sort of like polyfill some of, but most of mine is from smiling, I think. See?
Oh, smiley creases. That's cute.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
But if we can even them out,
Be
then,
good.
Then it's a win, isn't it? Okay.
Would be good.
But yeah, mate, I'm same as you, man. My skincare routine for the last 36 years has pretty much been water. I remember I once bought a cheap pot of moisturizer, and I think I still own it. To be honest, it's still in my cupboard at home.
Yeah.
So super excited that we've got a legit face cream sponsor, and I think most of our audience are going to be feeling a bit like us as well. You don't know where to start. Where do you start?
I don't know.
I don't know, but we're going to make it easy for people, man. We're going to help improve people's beauty.
Well, I'm excited because I want to go through some of this range actually, and just sort of because I need like tutorials almost. I need like instructions. What you're meant to do, I didn't even know it was something that you're meant to do. So this is exciting.
It's news to me as well, mate. I'll be honest.
Absolutely. Right, Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skincare products by combining pharmaceutical-grade science along with nature's purest and most potent ingredients.
And there's some stuff in this.
There is.
We don't go through it right now.
There's a lot of stuff in this.
Hit the website, caldera.com, and have a look at some of the ingredients. There's some wild stuff in
There
this
are.
stuff.
Yeah.
It can't not be good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mushrooms, volcanic ash, you name it. It's in there.
Crazy. All right, so let's kick off their skincare selection. We have the Regimen Bundle, a twice-a-day routine to transform your skin. Inside this bundle, you'll find the Clean Slate, the Base Layer, and the Good. All right?
The Clean Slate is where you start your day. It's a balancing cleanser that uses gentle plant-based cleansing, leaving all skin types exceptionally refreshed.
Nice. Then you have the Base Layer, right? The Base Layer, a nutrient-dense, fortifying moisturizer that hydrates your skin and absorbs fast, leaving you with a matte finish so you can start your day confidently.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
I always wake up, I'm like glossy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm
yeah.
glossy.
Yeah.
I want to get some matte in my life. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Good is your go-to at night before bed and a clinically proven multifunctional serum that helps your skin look tighter, please, and smoother, please, as well as to help reduce visibility of wrinkles and fine lines.
Nice. As you age, you might notice more fine lines, wrinkles, and signs of aging. This is the opposite of what every guy wants. And the more you neglect your skin, the more visible this could become over time. It's time to take control of your skin with these easy steps. Ready to take your skin to the next level with Caldera Lab? Look no further than
the icon.
Oh, the icon.
Did you do that when you said icon? Because you wanted to be the icon?
Yeah, the icon. No, okay. I did it to you.
Oh, you did to me. I'm the icon.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rejuvenating Eye Serum is here to address the 3 most common skin concerns around the eye. Mm-hmm. Fine lines, check. Dark circles, check. And puffiness. I've got puffiness?
All right, so committed to transparency, sustainability, and excellence, Caldera Lab is on a mission to better men's skincare around the world, priding itself on clean ingredients and doing right by their customers and the planet we live in. Caldera Lab is a certified B Corporation as well as a member of the 1% for the planet.
That's good, that is. That's what you want. That's what you want from your skincare.
Man, sure.
Through uncompromising craftsmanship, exceptional ingredients, and rigorous transparency, Caldera Lab is here to upgrade your skin and your confidence with it. Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. All right, let's hit them with an offer code because by now people are in. They've had a little think about it. They're fed up of maybe potentially looking a bit like a withered old nectarine and they want to look like a porcelain doll. So get 20% off with our code. The code is The Ride Companion. What is it?
It's The Ride Companion.
Should we do it into the mic?
It's The Ride Companion. Still getting used to the mic. Right?
At calderalab.com. That's 20% off at calderalab.com by using code The Ride Companion.
That's right. The Ride Companion.
Unlock your youthful glow and be ready for summer with Caldera Lab. Thanks, Caldera Lab.
Thanks, Caldera Lab. I thought our last ad was good. That one
it's
was...
blown your hat off.
My hat is literally on the... I can't believe how good that last ad was. But we're back to it. And I'm going straight to my book now.
Oh, please. Let's
Because the next segment is one I'm really pleased with, actually. It says Fatherhood and Clip Pedals. That is good, isn't it? As a segment, I think that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Which do you want to start with?
Well, I feel like you've been on it. I put 4 on there. I think you've been on it 4 times on the podcast.
Wow, cool.
First time
I can
in
only remember this. I thought this was my third.
I think you've been.
One in your house, one in New Zealand.
And we did one in Lenserhide.
Yeah.
There we go.
One Lenserhide.
I thought I should have gate crashed that one.
I feel like you did 2 at your
We've done
house.
more. Yeah, I think we have. So it might not even be 4. It might be 5.
Could be 5.
cares?
Who cares?
Anyway,
Either
right.
way,
So since the
regular
last,
guest, man.
since the
Regular
last,
guest. Best.
since the last one, you have had.
No,
You've reproduced since the last one.
no,
Yeah.
no. Because the last one we did in New Zealand.
Oh yeah, you're right. So you've already basically you've reproduced twice.
Yeah,
So the diesel siphoning days have gone. You're not gallivanting around chasing cash.
no.
You've got 2 kids. You're actually a
Just
proper
gash.
grown.
You can't use that. Take that out. Sorry, take that out.
You're
Right.
actually dad now.
Dad.
I find it
Actually, that's one of my biggest achievements. Actually, yeah. There you go.
Nice.
So maybe it's not doing a whip next to James Stewart, who's doing a straight air. Maybe I've already done it.
Yeah, we can edit that. We can do that in post. We can edit that back. You know what I mean? So all your mouths.
Can we put that clip up of? Can we put the clip up of Rocks and whipping next, and then just like superimpose my face on, and then James Stewart next?
Yeah. Well, I can't, but someone might be able to.
Yeah, or we could flip it round and have you holding the baby with all the entrails and that on it. Is it entrails? Is that what you call it?
No, it's just
Umbilical
like
cord.
blood and poo on it.
You're proper. I love watching. If I hang out with you and your kids, and we finish hanging out and you walk off, I love watching you walk away.
Why?
I just love watching you walk away. You just look like a dad.
Aw.
You're just a dad with 2 kids walking along. You've got one child who is now
Nearly 3.
nearly 3, and you've got one who is
7 months.
7 months. You don't
Who's
look like
ginger.
a bloke. What I like is you don't look like a bloke who has
2 kids.
chased prize money for 16 years on the World Cup circuit, backflip canyons, done all of these. Like, you've lived quite a wild life, and then just seeing just a bloke with 2 kids, it just makes me laugh, and it
Brings
just
you
makes
back
me think,
down to earth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. Interesting, eh?
Must do.
How do you feel it's changed you? You feel it's changed you at all?
Yeah, it's without getting too deep and meaningful. It's
No,
just
get
do
deep
it,
and
dude.
meaningful,
I don't
please.
know. It's just it makes everything else so pointless.
Nice.
It does. You just like it's the most lovely thing ever, and it's like you just don't know. I go away and I just go away and do all this crazy stuff, and I'm just I just want to be back in my house with the little ones or whatever. But then equally after a while, you're just like can't wait to be out of the house and away from these little ones and in the woods yeah, it's been great, and it's something that I keep not private, but just not too
Yeah.
not too
You don't like share like kid photos
not
on Instagram
really,
too much,
not
right?
really. No, now and again, but not really. I like to sort of keep it.
I like when people do that. I've got 2 sort of stepsisters, one of which is like really everything's on Instagram, like every childhood memory. The other one is the absolute opposite, where you would not even know that she's.
Do you know why I do it? It's because I'm so deeply uninterested in other people's kids. Why would they be interested in mine? Which is exactly it's how you are. It's like other people's kids. I'll always entertain them, like lovely little kids. Equally, just like where are my ones? They're way better. But and it's not for any reason, but it's been good. Has it changed stuff? Don't know. People at the beginning were like, "Oh, you've just had a kid, and then you got to go to Rampage and do a flip over a thing or jump off that or this that and the other." You're not thinking about your kids, and you honestly don't. I'm not at the top of a World Cup thinking, I better be careful because I've got like. You don't think like that. It's just because like my job is something completely different to home, and it was just like a really natural progression, like having kids. It was just like we wasn't really like, well, we get married, then we have kids, and we do this. It was just sort of, it just flowed. It was nice. Good, which I know isn't easy for everyone. So I don't take that for granted. But it's been great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wonder how many other Rampage riders have got a kid.
Don't know. Cam Zink's definitely got a couple, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then don't know.
No, interesting. World Cup races. There's a few.
Danny.
Yeah, true. Danny Thorne.
Don't know.
I think
That's
some
gotta be
people it
old,
suits,
doesn't it?
and it definitely suits
Yeah.
you. I reckon it definitely does suit you.
Calms me down a bit. Makes me a bit less hectic.
Yeah.
It's
Which isn't a
nice.
bad thing.
I've
think learned to chill now.
Yeah.
Which kind of learned to chill, but you have to.
You're way better at it, dude.
Yeah.
You're way more relaxing, way
Yeah.
less hectic.
Yeah.
In certain ways, but then in certain ways you're hectic because you want to get back to your kids.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
You can't, like,
That's
knock
annoying.
That. But you can't knock that. That's not like a.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've noticed that when we're in airports, we used to be the lads when we were in airports. You know, when we were younger, travelling around, we used to play Fit Girl game, and you'd try and spot a Fit Girl, and you'd rate them, and you'd like
Lads.
we were proper lads, like in betweeners. Didn't talk to any of them.
No,
but we just used to
never.
rate them.
Yeah, 1 to 10.
And then whoever won found the fittest bird. Now I can't even walk around with him. He'll like find someone and latch onto them and be showing them pictures of his kids. Within every seconds, I'll be in the airport and I'll be like, Brent, look at that. Oh, fuck. He's become that guy.
I thought they've got like a kid and they're flying. We've got loads in common, you know?
Yeah.
I've got a collection of different videos on my phone. I don't put them up because it's too hard to explain. Doesn't really translate to social media. But just Bren just showing people his phone.
No, one of my rules actually.
That's nice, you're proud though.
One of my rules were not to tell people the age of my kids in months. So, our kid's 25 months old. No, your kid's 2 years old.
Yeah.
And
That happens though. Why does that happen? Explain that, please.
don't
clear
know,
that up,
because I'll clear that up because up until 18 months, I think it's acceptable.
yeah.
After that, not acceptable at all. Like you can't say you just say your kid's 1.5 or your kid's 2, but why it is because when they're 1, they're literally goo goo gaga on the floor, shitting themselves, being sick on themselves, can't do anything. And they're very different to when they're nearly 2. When they're nearly 2, they're walking around and talking to you and stuff. So if it's nearly, which I love doing, I loved when Tallulah was nearly 2, like literally nearly 2. I'd just tell people that she's 1 because she's not 2 yet. So she's literally walking around talking like right, being a little mischief. And I'll be like, she's 1.
People are scratching
Whereas
their
a
heads
1 would
like...
be one's like a baby poo, like
Well, that actually makes more sense.
That year
Yeah.
difference is a huge.
Yeah. On the graph, there's a lot of development.
Whereas when you're 25 to when you're 26, it's not a great difference, you know.
Yeah,
Whereas when you're
true,
1 to 2, so I'd be in the park or some crappy nursery thing and be like, how old's your little one? Yeah, 1, and they'd just be like, what? Yeah.
Oh, you've cleared that up, and there's actually a valid reason. That's a valid reason.
Yeah, and then I swore that I wouldn't be showing my mates pictures of my kids.
Okay.
Because, like I said before, I'm quite uninterested in other people. I'm not. That's kind of a bit of a joke, but you're not really that. You're not really that interested. You'll entertain it, but you're not. You know, you don't really care. So that was my other thing. But I'd find myself like doing a shoot or a World Cup or something, and at dinner or something, I'd just be like, I really want to show Ollie that picture of me. And sometimes he'd have to go on, mate, look.
I never hold it against
No, you
anyone.
don't. And you're brilliant with them. But that was my 2 things.
Yeah.
And I've broken both rules in the past. But
I've got a question.
Yeah.
This is good. We can. You need to get some questions together. Someone who's done it. You know what I mean? This is a good opportunity.
I've got kids.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity. We need to grill him.
Oh,
Right, why do people... I've got one.
'Cause
Why
I'm
do
not.
people say we're pregnant? Is that the way... That's the thing that you say now, is it?
Yeah.
Why do people do that? Because you literally just... And then
It's great.
that's it. You're... You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you,
Don't ask me. I don't say I'm pregnant.
Do you say we're pregnant?
No, I say she's pregnant.
Yeah.
You got to pay the.
But that is a thing, right? Am I right?
Roll.
Is that a thing? I've noticed people say it, and I
Really?
never say anything.
It's because you can't gender people anymore.
Oh, is that what it is?
Like you go, we're carrying a baby. No, you're not. She is.
Have
I
you
would
noticed
get it-
that or not? Am I making
Yeah.
it up?
Yeah, I
Weird.
guess.
I
think it
Yeah,
is.
I never thought about it. Yeah.
But then after she does all the work, carrying the baby, but then once that baby's out, then it can be weird.
No doubt.
Yeah.
because it is
But
a joint
actually,
effort.
when your missus is pregnant, you end up doing half the stuff anyway because she can't move about.
Mm.
So you just there to help her out. So it is weird. But I'd say.
Did you time it so you were going to be around?
No,
You didn't.
no. Why?
I don't know.
I said to Hannah, look, we don't want to try now because if it happens, it will still be the World Cup's coming out. Rampage will be coming out. Rampage will be coming up. So let's try to do it. Let's try to have it so it's in.
So romantic.
Yeah,
Romance is
have
not
it
there.
so it's in the winter.
Yeah.
But then she tricked me.
Oh, did
yeah.
she?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
because she's got like nice boobs and like,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
You didn't notice.
They get you, don't they?
Yeah, she got me.
I can see what you mean. The
Yeah,
she
tricked
tricked
me.
I like it. But
You
so
thought she just liked doing headstands,
Yeah.
didn't you? Yeah, yeah. And turns out.
it probably
And
went out though because
afterwards,
she's
she was
3.
like, "Got ya!"
She came home with a baby. You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
And I came back from the gym one December evening, and she had all the pregnancy tests lined up, and she's like, "No," and I was thinking, "Hang on,
You like doing the sums.
I swear we said we weren't doing this till after Christmas, because then it would come out 9 months later, which would be October or November or whatever."
Yeah.
But yes, tricked me.
There you go. So, but she was not a lockdown baby, but kind of just before
Yeah, well,
lockdown.
first one was born August 20.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you,
not
you were
lockdown.
around a little bit more.
Yeah,
anyway.
it was
It
amazing.
worked
like,
out all right.
From previous years when we were doing filming Death Grip, I did sort of 60 flights a year.
Yeah.
After that, not doing so many, but a lot of flights a year to 2020 doing 3 flights.
Mm.
Yeah, so,
So
it
you're
was,
around more.
oh, it was amazing.
It's
It
a
was
good timing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people went through some awful
Yeah.
times in lockdown, but my experience was quite nice. Got to spend the time at home, nice weather,
Yeah.
hung out with Han. Yeah, had a baby, which is hectic, but good. But yeah,
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
weird time. It's almost crazy that it's 3 years ago.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's
Yeah.
gone so unbelievably fast
yeah.
that it's 3 years ago now, but
But
life,
yeah,
innit?
that's
Lovely
that.
time to have a baby in a way, isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah,
do you want
it
loads of
wasn't really
people
because
around?
like you get kicked out of the hospital quick. So they don't
Yeah,
want you
yeah.
in it. You have to wear masks. We had it in August where it was like 30 degrees, and in the hospital it's 30 degrees, but they're not allowed to put the fans on because they don't
Mm.
want to spread corona around or whatever. So it's
Tough.
like
in
Anyway,
hindsight, it's
I've got a
stupid.
good
but
idea.
Yeah.
We could do parenting with Brendan.
parenting and financial advice.
Big great.
We've done
There you go.
financial advice. I was thinking parenting, and me and you come up with
Parent dog.
scenarios.
Get a
right?
grip.
So we come up
Parenting.
with scenarios, and then you don't literally act it out because it's going to turn into some sort of weird like.
Tell you what I'd do in that scenario
Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, you could tell us what you'd do.
as a double dad.
Right. So, right. I'm going to give an example.
Okay.
Christ.
So you
Davey's taken my toy, right? He's taken it. It's my toy. You gave it to me on my birthday.
Yeah.
That's my toy.
How old are you?
I'm the older one,
Yeah.
and he's taken my toy, and he won't give it back.
Yeah.
So I've stamped on him. I'm going to be honest. I've stamped on him. I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got to think of what you do in that
What
situation.
would you do in that situation? Yeah, you've got next. By the way, Davey.
I'll be like, Ollie, don't stamp on your little sister's head.
Yeah.
Just take the toy back. So I just because the little one doesn't really know what's
So
going
you
on.
take the toy out
I'll
away
just-
from Davey.
Yeah, I'll take it out because it was your toy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mine. You gave it to
So
me.
then I'd give it back to you
Yeah.
and just say sorry to your sister
Okay.
and go get her own toy.
Okay.
So then Tallulah would have to say sorry for stamping on your head. She'd got her own toy back and then go get Phoebe her own toy.
Okay.
So then she'd have to go and I'd force her to get Phoebe her own toy and then give it to the baby. And then
Oh, I think that's
No,
a
that's
really
good
good
answer.
answer.
That's a great
no
answer.
fire anymore.
I think that's a really good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I probably would tell you off stamping on your sister's head.
Stamping is worse.
Stamping's awful.
Stamping's really bad.
Yes, it's a bit frowned upon in the baby community.
See, I don't know what I stamped on my brother's head. That's why I gave that example. I stamped on him. Yeah, I stamped on Oscar.
Too.
It wasn't because
Is that
he
why
told
his head's really flat.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, he's just got that. Yeah,
Your head
I
didn't
actually
get
stamped
stamped
on
on,
it
did it?
because he was staring at me. But he's a baby. He's going to stare at me. But I stamped on him.
Jeez.
Horrible older
Oscar,
brother.
so he's 2 years younger.
Yeah.
Not
I would
Henry.
Have, I would have literally been 3. Yeah.
Wow.
So you stamped on a baby.
I've stamped on a baby. Yeah.
Right.
That could be the title.
That's the thumbnail.
Right, Davey, come on. You've got what actually?
Okay.
Actually, I'm interested in what the theory is in like sharing. How do you do?
It's tough.
It's got to be hard,
Yeah.
eh?
Hannah's quite selfish, so we're already working on like a bit of a problem there.
Do you think like that? Yeah.
I'm like the most like don't care sharing. I don't care sharing anything.
Yeah,
I just actually enjoy sharing and whatever. Hannah's a bit like it's taken me 10 years to sort of not get a slap if I take a bit of her food. I'm obviously gonna.
Oh wow.
I'll take a bit of her food. I'm gonna give her a bit of mine.
Yeah.
But it didn't go down very well for sort of 10 years or so. But now I can sort of be like, oh, can I have half your sausage? You can have a bit of my pie, whatever. And it's a bit of 1-2. So Hannah's got a bit of a problem with sharing.
I noticed that when we were kids.
So
I noticed
mess, mate. Half
you
sausage.
sharing.
Yeah, and
I did
just
with Christian. I noticed
Yeah.
because me and my brothers are quite a lot more competitive.
yeah.
Lucy's younger, so
Yeah.
less so. We're nicer. I would say probably more likely to share with her.
Yeah.
But between us 3, it was like
No, yeah.
you don't wear each other's clothes. And I remember thinking Christian's like.
I think why that happened is because what my parents said is my brother's only a year younger than me.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
we grow
so-
up, and I was obviously this between a year and 2 years, what I was saying earlier. I was walking around, say, at 3, and Christian was 2. And I'd be so desperate to go and play or do something that I'd do everything for Christian to hurry him up.
Right.
So Christian didn't learn to dress till he was probably like 15 years old. I'm joking, not 15. But didn't learn to do stuff for himself because I'd be rushing him doing it.
Right.
Like doing his shoelaces up, right, let's go. Or like putting his jacket on, right, let's go. Or those exact things. Or feeding him, or not feeding him, but you know what I mean? Just like hurrying him up so he could go and play in the garden. So I think I think that's why I didn't mind sharing and stuff and like whatever. But yeah, sharing to kids is tough, isn't it? Cause
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Even you having kids makes me think about, just like my friends having kids makes me think about reasons why I am the way I am, or like things in the past more than and that's my friends having kids. It must make you way more like reflective as
So I remember your view on food is so different to mine because there was obviously 4 of you in the house and you're always fighting for the food in the house.
Yeah.
Whereas we weren't really like that.
No.
So
I'm a lonely child, so it's really different to me. I've never had it.
Yeah, there you
Never
go.
had it. Never had
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Always just
so
done my
you're
own
real
thing.
bad at sharing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Would you say you
No,
are
I'm
bad?
not. No, not at all. I'm the no, I wouldn't say I am. It was weird though. Just being a lonely child. I remember once crying because I wanted a brother so bad. I just wanted someone to hang out
Oh,
with.
that's well said.
Yeah,
It's
just used
sad,
to play hockey on my own in the back garden, just hitting a ball against the wall, just like.
Oh God, yeah.
I wish someone had just play in goal or something.
See, I'm so bad on my own. I can't even do.
Really?
Yeah, I'm real bad on my own.
I'm alright. I like my own company. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
But
You have to be.
yeah.
So here's my situation for you, which I thought about.
It. I'm excited. I'm excited.
So
Dad advice.
Yeah. Dad voice. Good
Dad
segment.
voice.
yeah, really
Dad
good.
voice.
Really
yeah.
good. So Tally comes over to you. She's let's give it another year or 2.
Yeah.
She's looking so cute, like a little girl.
Yeah.
She stood, at your feet almost. She's looking up at you like, Daddy.
I mean, she's already learnt to manipulate things.
Yeah, she's manipulating.
Yeah.
And she's like, Daddy, I think I want to be a boy.
Like, can we start with clapping? Do you know why we're clapping?
No.
Because we've got a new friend. The companionship has a new friend, and I love it when we get new friends, especially as useful as
Peak Sups.
Peak Sups. That's right.
Stoked to bring these guys on board, and a super organic way of bringing them on board too, which I love.
Yeah.
Like these guys reached out a while ago. I spoke on the podcast a bit back about having some knee issues.
Yeah.
They just reached out, were really friendly, and said, "Can we just send you some stuff to try?" Stuff comes through the post. Try it, love it, get chatting. Next thing we know, how about we build our own little TRC bundle for making it super easy to sort of like supplement, optimize, and make biking better.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, it is difficult to know what to take. and why you're
is.
taking it.
So much stuff.
Our bundle just removes that
Yeah.
and hopefully optimizes you.
Exactly. All right. So our ride companion bundle,
Yeah.
biking bundle, cycling bundle,
Companionship bundle.
companionship
Yeah.
bundle. Let's go with that. All right. You're going to get an Activate pre-workout. This is your pre-ride drink. Okay.
Yeah, it
It's
sets
gonna
you
get
off
you
on
going.
one, doesn't
It's
it?
gonna
Gets
get you
those legs
going.
moving. Gets those legs moving.
It's going to get you going.
What's next? What
Okay.
would you say is next in the ride?
And then you got your tricarb powder. 3 different types of sugars, all break down at different times and levels, which means you're going to get a sustained energy throughout the ride.
All day.
All day. You
All day. No
more
lag.
biking.
It stops cafe legs, I've found.
There you
Stops
go.
cafe legs. There you go, yeah.
More biking. We're also throwing in a tube of electrolytes, lime and mint flavour.
Lime
Best
mint,
flavour.
yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's like a mojito.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a mojito,
mid-ride mojito without the alcohol. No alcohol.
No.
Just want to clarify it's alcohol-free.
but- And then you've also got the whey protein powder in there as well. This is for your post-ride recovery.
And that is the sole reason you're looking so jacked.
Exactly.
And
that.
I'm feeling so intimidated.
Inadequate, some might say.
Inadequate, exactly.
Okay, so we've got that. And then we're also going to throw in a shaker because
Shaker.
you're going to have a shaker.
A sticker pack.
The sticker pack, mate. People have been asking about the sticker pack. The only way you can get the sticker pack
Yeah.
is to get this bundle.
Right. Often with these offers, we just go through the percentages. I'm not really very numbersy, so I think like going through the prices would be better for the bundle.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
So
real quick.
individually priced, if you bought all of these separately on the site, what's the cost?
It's going to be over £70, mate.
Well, that's all right, actually. That's not as bad
Still a
as I
good
thought.
price, but it's going to be over £70, yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you go online, you build the bundle, okay?
Yeah.
That's going to knock you a little bit off. You're going to bring it down to £60.73, around there.
Oh, I tell you what, that's a great
It's not
price.
bad.
No,
But
that's
then-
good.
Wait, then you're going to add the Ride Companion discount code, all right?
Yeah.
Which is going to knock you another 10% off.
How
Mate,
much is that then?
It's gonna
Another
bring it-
10?
Yeah, another 10. So that's going to bring it down to £53.99p for that whole bundle, plus the sticker pack.
Oh, I just fell off. Dude,
Yeah, I see.
actually
It'll get you.
off my chair. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I knocked the mic. Yeah, I just fell off the chair, dude.
It'll do it to you. I'm telling you.
What's the code? Get me on the site.
Yeah, you get on the site. Okay, you're going to head to peaksups.com. What is it?
Peaksups.com.
Yeah, you're going to enter the code The Ride Companion,
Is that the Ride Companion?
all lowercase.
Lowercase. Okay.
It's going to knock you 10% off. Not just the bundle, anything and everything on site. Don't get any better than this, does
Why
it?
wouldn't you do it?
Now, I'm going to say it again just to reiterate the message because
Yeah.
it's so good. Peaksups.com,
Yeah.
The Ride Companion lowercase.
Yeah.
10% off anything and everything on site, right?
Yeah.
And free shipping.
Free shipping.
God, the
Come
gift
on.
that keeps on giving this
Hey.
podcast.
Hey, let's make your next ride better with Peaksups. Right.
Okay.
The
Let's do some listener questions, or we didn't talk
Let's
about
do
clips.
listener questions.
We didn't talk about clips.
we haven't talked about
But
clips.
it's
You've
in,
only-
it
we've
is
done
in here.
Fatherhood.
It is in here, I believe. So
Don't
we-
worry about it.
Let's do listener questions.
Okay, first one's about clips. Okay, let's see what we got. Sheardy, Bren. How much
Hello?
do you hate the term free racer?
Don't really hate it really. It's just
Oh.
a bit sort of
Did you
Makes-
make that?
definitely not.
No.
I would not have made that name for myself.
Okay. No, I mean the
It's sort of
the
it
terminology.
sort of
Did you invent that?
interprets that you sort of racing down the hill for free, doesn't it? Really?
That's it early in your career.
Yeah.
As the free racer on Honda.
I don't mind it. It's sort of it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually really just got no. Yeah, I mean it just means free rider racer, doesn't it?
Mm.
But it's like I don't really like the word free rider either.
Okay, fair.
To be honest,
What word do you like? What category do you like?
I like
What do you actually think of yourself as?
biker.
Biker. I think of you as a biker.
Who do you look at? This is my question. Who do you look at for inspiration in your chosen now discipline profession? Who's killing it
Jeez.
in maybe out of industry? Someone like, I don't know,
Well,
put words in your mouth. but like-
inspiration's tough, but it's but you've got these two. Shit, I need to get their names because Billy from New Zealand. What was his name? McLean. Yeah, insane. Right, these
Yeah.
cool. And Matt. We need to it's so embarrassing not knowing their names.
That's okay.
How can I not? Can we cut this bit out?
Yeah, it's fine. We can.
What inspiration are you talking about specifically, anyway?
Those two riders, just like how sick they are at riding.
Right.
But they're just
and they're not
I can't
like
remember their names.
doing anything particular.
Not
Matt
really.
Begg.
Discipline,
Just
they're
do
just
six,
riding
360.
bikes.
So
Begg.
Matt Begg, Billy McLean.
Yep. Just do 360s on downhill bikes on massive jumps.
Yeah.
So sick. Yeah.
I said it before. I see you as like a MTB Axel.
Well, that's a good compliment.
Yeah,
I
that's not
wouldn't-
bad. I like
wouldn't-
that,
would-
yeah.
oh, that's lovely. But
Bring it back, yeah.
There-
Steve
They're,
do some flips to landing
I'd-
on.
yeah, I'd
stood
say-
up on the saddle.
I'd say Cade's
Pull that
got
off.
ahead of the game at that in a minute, so
Cade.
he'd have that. But I like to think I might have like shaped a few of those guys to do some different bits.
Make
and
a
bobs.
great bit of
A little bit
content
there.
as well.
Sure,
Maybe
yeah.
if you could partner with Axel and do a video, that'd be fun, eh?
We've talked about it.
Have you really?
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
talked about it. But then I just think he's going to make me look so crap on a motorbike.
It is the problem, innit?
And I'm going to
Vice
make him
versa,
look
though.
so
Yeah.
crap on a mountain bike. So it's going to be a crap video for people.
I always,
don't know, man.
I always think as well at those shows, at the freestyle shows, and then they've got the mountain bike jump. I always
Mountain
think
bikes
like,
are so lame.
God,
compared
it
to
makes it
motorbikes.
look small, even if it's a massive
Yeah,
jump.
yeah.
It just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I guess a free ride edit would be really cool,
yeah.
wouldn't it? Something
Trying to
like
find
that.
a way to do it good would be
Yeah.
cool. But yeah,
Mm.
Matty Baker, 1985, asked, did Bren's... I get asked this a lot as well, actually. Did Bren's Rampage bike get found after it was pinched from the bike shop?
No, not even a hint of a sign or
Right.
anything. Not even the hint of any clue.
It's a real shame because actually, not hugely sentimental over bikes, but of all
No.
the bikes,
Yeah,
you
it was the only
said
one,
that
yeah.
was actually one that was...
Yeah, I was like, I literally found some of my World Cup podium trophies like in a ditch at home, like underneath all this crap. I was just not sentimental about that sort of stuff or materialistic about that sort of stuff. But that bike, I had a little bit of walk in the shop, be like, that's yes, nice
Yeah.
one. So and it
Sucks,
it
man.
seems like it's sod's law. That's the only one that got pinched. But yeah,
Wonder
no,
where it is.
not a
It's
I really hope
do your head in if you
some
think
little
like that.
kid is like bombing off little drops in somewhere and having
That's
a good
what I was
time with it.
thinking, yeah.
But I don't think so. If they're clever, they'd take the forks and the wheels off,
Hmm.
or repaint it.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
the forks, wheels off, flog them, chuck the frame in the
Just
ditch.
like to, yeah, I don't know. You can and ah about this all the time, but you just like to think someone's going to see it. Someone's going to be like, "Look, dude, this isn't
Yeah.
right. Like, I know what this
but
bike
I think
is."
that post went quite big,
yeah, someone.
and they've and someone's going to got it back to him. So they've just been like, "Oh shit, this bike's actually." I doubt they knew what bike it was. They just probably saw it on a pedestal and thought, "Well, that must be an expensive one." And oh mate, yeah, that bike's got recognisable. Maybe you should keep that off eBay. So mate, he's like, "Oh, to have the forks off
still
of it.
look.
Take the." No, I've never looked once. Just yeah, gone.
Other people will be. That's the cool thing. I
I
think
think
biking,
it's
right?
quite
I
recognisable.
remember
Yeah,
you remember when
If it came
Peaty's
back one day.
Pete?
Can't
Yeah.
beat.
Oh mate, 100%. But one did, didn't it? Remember Peaty's black and yellow like Hornet bike? that got
yeah,
stolen?
that's
came
around that
back.
orange one.
That
Did
came
he, yeah.
back.
Dick's got his back, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, these,
Yeah, he's got
his
friends
back.
in high up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He got his back. Go on, after you.
Right, we got another one from Matty Baker. He basically just wants to know, have you booked your flights for Rampage yet? Are we going back to Rampage?
I'd love
Which is
to.
actually, we haven't even talked about it.
Nah, love to, but I am also completely not
Jones is here.
not stupid in thinking that there are so many phenomenal athletes out there that also deserve a spot to go. But I'm afraid, yeah, Rampage is quite a mafia. So
Is it?
you never know, I might get a spot. Yeah. No, I think what's on my side is that they like a racer there. They're like a couple of racers
Yeah.
there, and I've obviously got the wrong energy drink helmet on to do really well at Rampage. But yeah, no, it's I'd love to go back. Me, Ollie and Deeks, just honestly, even though we're digging in the desert from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. and dehydrated and all the horrible things that come with it, i.e. sleepless nights, being worried about doing stuff, blah, 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 we always walk away. It's a lovely little feeling and it's a sense of achievement, a wicked
Yeah.
time. But yeah, we'd love to have another go. Big time.
Here we go. Let's see. What else we got?
I've got a good one.
Go for it.
T Denman 93. What was the biggest challenge with building your own house? It's nice, man. People really know about you and they know.
Yeah. Biggest challenge was definitely just getting it through planning permission.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. Getting it through planning, and now I've got to this stage. It's just getting people to come in and finish it off, like getting reliable tradies and stuff. Even though my brother's like in the trade and he's does like really posh oak timber frame buildings and studios or whatever, he's too busy to help me. Just getting people to do the final bits, like doing some tiling that I can't be bothered doing, little bits like that.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, definitely getting it through planning.
You're doing it yourself?
Yeah, pretty much all myself. That I've managed the whole thing.
Okay.
Put all my flooring down. Did loads of did bits of everything. I didn't do any plastering. Didn't do any electrics or any plumbing.
You did demolition, didn't you, in that
Did
case?
a lot of demolition.
A big bit of demolition
Started
with that
off
case.
with a bike and then finish it with a digger. And yeah, I've enjoyed every part of it, really.
It's still so funny, man. I'm sorry. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, planning was rubbish. Takes ages and expensive.
Right, and that's because I've not seen the house, but that's because you built something bigger.
Well,
than
basically,
what was
there's a planning
originally there,
rule
or-
where the new dwelling can't be 50% bigger than the original dwelling.
Right.
So we had like a really old shitty bungalow, and we kept it on the same footprint, which means that the foundations pretty much. Obviously, when we built a new one, we dug up all the foundations and everything.
Yeah.
But for planning purposes, it's the same footprint as the old
Right.
property,
You went-
but 2 stories.
Mm.
So it's actually 113% bigger than the original dwelling.
Right.
But that's a really stupid rule, because if you have like a plot of 5 acres and you have an old bungalow from the 70s on it, this stupid rule. So
Yeah.
basically, the planning guy that I had was amazing, and he found 5 other properties in a certain radius that got around that rule. We put a permitted development in to make you can make your house 8 meters back and up to a certain height without getting planning permission. It gives you
Right.
loads more space, but it would have been a horrible, ugly structure. So we put permitted development in for that, and then put it back in, and they just said yes straight away.
Wow.
But I mean, it still takes so long and costs so much money, and you got to get drawings. And
Is
you
this
gotta
home for
get-
life? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I hope so.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a huge
Nice.
achievement, man. It's like,
Yeah, I hope so.
and I remember you when you were doing it. I remember you like being stressed and stuff, and I sort of thought, well, I can only imagine how stressed you were, because I'm trying to do like a pathetic job in comparison. It's just a renovation of a house, and it is hugely stressful. And like, interestingly, whenever we talk about it on air, I always get loads of messages, and I think other people do
Super
Yeah.
go
relatable.
through it, and it's really relatable, and it's like,
But I honestly think renovating a house, obviously me and my brother have done a few in the past,
yeah,
is almost harder, because I started from complete scratch. I dug up the
Yeah.
foundations. So I like, first of all, put new foundations in, then, all the sewer pipes have got to be directed, all the gas has all got to be redirected. Everything's start complete, and everything's completely new as well.
yeah.
So it was exciting, and everything happened naturally in stages, and at the time it worked out really well. And it's just, we're like 90% done,
Okay.
and that last 10% is tough. It's hard. And I've lost interest in it now as well. Like I was finding myself prioritizing working on my house rather than like going to the gym with Ollie and
Right.
Bernard, or going for a ride, and I'd be like, and it's my brother that really helped me get over that, because he was like, mate, you're like miscoating a wall, or like you're putting up plasterboard in your house. Like, you can just pay someone to do that, and you can go do your own job
Yeah.
and do a better job at your own job, and
and earn more money, yeah.
and probably earn more money, and then just pay that guy, and he's going to do it faster, better
Yeah.
than you can.
Yeah.
And whereas what I was doing is I was detrimenting both. I was probably getting in the way and not doing my own job and not earning any money.
Yeah.
So and he was just like, mate, just get people in to do the stuff that they're good at, and yeah.
Cool.
But I still remember my kitchen floor. I got a crazy quote to do. We put like limestone floor down, which I love. I got this insane quote, And I was just like, not a chance am I doing that. So I just got a friend of mine an old boy that used to be a tiler, and I was like, look, pay you a day rate. I need 2 days of your time. You don't have to lift, because you don't like working anymore.
Right, okay.
You don't have to lift a trowel, mate. You don't have to lift a stone. Just tell me what to do, I'll do it. And he came over, and he's like a 55-year-old bloke. Lovely. We used to work with my brother. He's like, right, we're having techno music. So we got techno music on, and then we're both in my kitchen laying out this lovely stone floor, and I just loved it. And we got it done in 3 days. I'm probably saving myself $4,500.
No way.
Yeah, it was really wicked. Yeah, and then that's
There's always a way with stuff like that, I feel like.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'll do it. You just tell me what to do, and just having someone with expertise that's done it a million times. Like we started tiling in the middle of this quite big area. Yeah. And I'd have never have done that. No. I'd have started in a corner, and he was like, nope, you've got to start. And he'd worked out all the levels and everything, and I was just like, yes, this is so good.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but no, I've enjoyed the process. I haven't divorced my wife. Haven't had many arguments about it. It's been a lovely... And now, like, watching the kiddies that run around in it and just bundle about is wicked, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, it's good.
James Cross, how are the clips? What's he talking about there?
What, like phone clips?
Is he talking about phone clips?
Yeah,
what else could he be talking about?
Oh, he must be talking about me sort of going on TikTok. Yeah,
TikTok clips. He could be talking about that. What other clips could be? Hair clips. You got quite nice hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Money clips.
Maybe Tally's hair clip. Oh, money clips.
That's
money clip. Cash.
I always used to want a money clip.
Yeah,
I did want a money clip.
Stacks. Now it'll be in the premium bond for me. I wouldn't have money.
Anything you want to say on that?
Nah.
0. There you go. Trying it out.
Huh?
No, actually, we should talk about it. It's well interesting.
Yeah. Try and clips out, yeah, because...
Let's just do benefits, positives and negatives. Then you don't have to even talk specifically about it.
I'm trying out clips because I want to have another bash at some World Cups. The tracks are all hard pack, rough, and not like we went back to, not interchangeable or big ruts and cool stuff anymore. It's just you ride the same track, which doesn't really change much from Thursday to Saturday or Sunday. So I thought, try them out. I've raced flats for the last 16 years, seemingly, and it's a bit of like a new challenge.
Okay.
And it's fun, and it's like it's exciting. And I always just think that the clip shoes look more professional and cooler than the flat shoes.
Do you think?
I'd agree with
Big
that.
time.
Yeah.
Like I always think they look neat and tidy. They've all got like a nice Velcro strap, and it's all looks slick. Whereas I'm just like bombing around and
just free ride.
You know, like the big Osiris D3s as a kid, like that big. I just think I'm like that with my big shoes, but
it's purely aesthetic.
Yeah,
Is what we say.
Yeah,
purely aesthetic.
I'm not very good at whips in SPDs, but
really
in clips, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what are they good
Why
for?
do they call them clipless?
It makes no sense. It's the most confusing
stupid.
thing. Why is that? Please use the comment section.
Well, no, you know why, don't you? But you know why, don't you?
I genuinely don't know. Isn't it?
No, it's because at the beginning they had toe straps.
Oh, toe straps.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were clip.
Yeah, but one is.
Oh, so a clip was like a road riding shoe.
I think you're right, but I think it's when Shimano introduced the SPD, and that counts as clipless, and then that was patented as
I don't
clipless
know. It's stupid. It should be just flats and clips.
Yeah,
flats and
clips.
Right, but what do they do well then? What do they do good? What do they do bad?
Good is just like you can just go through in straight lines and rough stuff without worrying about your feet coming off. The clip shoes look cooler, neater. I'm a neat guy.
Pedaling better.
Pedaling's definitely better, and you can just pedal through rough stuff. And you don't have to time your pedals.
Yeah, you're
pedaling so much. What I have really, really loved about it, more about the pedaling side of things, is like preempting like little down slopes and pumping.
Okay.
Like so,
can you use them to literally lift the bike up as well?
I do. Yeah. And I like use them to like lift up. Like I'd say, I call them like doing Troy Brosnan. Like Troy Brosnan is this like lie on his bike, and he's always like pumping and stuff and carrying the speed.
He lifts his back. He opens turns, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he lifts his back.
Yeah.
Up.
So finding these new little tricks and little fun stuff to do, and I've really enjoyed it. And I put them on all my every time we go on an e-bike ride, I put them on. every time I go downhill riding, which is not a lot, but recently I'll put them on.
Right.
But I've been filming still in flats because, I'm not that good at clips yet.
No. It's cool.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's enjoyable. It's fun. It's something new. I'm excited about it. It gives me a bit of extra power with pedaling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't raced in them yet.
No regrets for using them before, like earlier. No, it's just the time. It's time to try it.
It's
sort of
time.
thing.
Yeah, it's time.
That's
It's
cool.
and the certain one I'm using at the minute is you can clip in backwards as well, which I clip in probably backwards 30% of the time.
Right.
And a lot of other athletes use the same one, and I'll say, you can clip in backwards, and I'm like, no, I didn't even know that. But it's just the way I am. I'm just like stick my foot on, and I just like wobble it back, and it clips in, and that's why I have to use that one as opposed to
Right.
like a Shimano one or whatever.
Yeah.
Or,
Will you use them after, if you weren't racing, would you use them?
Nah,
No. It's not like it's added enough fun. It's just been
Nah.
a different, yeah.
nah, it's
fair
just
enough.
different.
Mm.
It's different. It's like fun, like how word I'm looking for, not productive, like efficient.
Yeah.
Your movement eye and your feet were in the same place. You don't have to think about. I still haven't quite fully got used to them in the way that, because obviously you think of tracks rough, you think, oh, you put SPDs or you put clips on, and then you can just don't have to worry about it at all. But I think I still am thinking that I'm in flats. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the other day, I was at Dovey riding down this like really insanely rough stuff, and I was just laughing, just like, yeah, it's just a piece of piss. But no, I wouldn't use them after racing.
Okay.
It's just not better.
Have you done hardline before?
Yeah,
You're on the list this year, aren't you?
cheeky prick. I've had fifth there the last 3 years.
Sorry, I just don't really. I got
Prime example of why racing's crap.
no clue. Sorry.
Why doing an edit's better.
There you go.
Yeah. You're on the list this year, yeah.
Because who got second at the last hardline? Exactly. Who got second at the last World Cup? Who won the last World Cup?
Do you know?
Racing's crap.
Amory.
Amory got second.
Well, there you go.
Who won it?
That's second.
Whereas if you do an edit, you can be like, do you remember Brandon's last
Yeah,
edit? You
it's
were
true.
like, yeah, that's wicked.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No,
No,
last
because
one,
he's
the
junior.
thingy.
I don't know who won the last World Cup.
There we go.
Yeah, not Finn. That was Finn won in.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Do you know?
Well done, whoever it was.
do you know
what?
the last World Cup?
No.
So not one of us know. That's so pathetic.
Yeah.
I knew at the
The
time.
mountain bike podcast again.
Yeah, because you're watching it.
terrible.
Yeah, I don't retain that information, man.
No,
like,
I'm
Which
bad
is
for it.
why
And
I
I'm open
always
and honest
say,
about
like,
it, I
if you
just
do an
don't
edit
remember.
or a film or anything like that, it has a lot longer shelf life than a World Cup result.
Yeah.
And if you're not winning every weekend, or if you're not winning with no chain, or you're not winning by
Yeah.
5 seconds, it's even the wins aren't memorable.
That's crazy. How
Which is
memorable
sad
it
to
is the
say,
person,
but if
but
you-
yeah,
if you
we're saying
do-
we don't remember.
Yeah, like edits and films have a longer shelf life,
Yeah.
which is why I love them so much.
I
Do
want
you
to
love podcasts and being in the studio?
No, it's freezing in here. You need to get
Do you want to sign your name on the wall and then we can get out of it?
Yeah. Are we
Yeah,
wrapping?
right.
We're wrapping. One last question. Death Grip merch. People have asked a lot about
Yeah,
it.
they
Death
have,
Grip merch.
yeah,
Coming
you're
back, doing some more.
Yeah, Ollie actually owes me a day's work to do some more
Okay.
designs, actually.
I do. Yeah, I took some lights from Brendan's house and swapped them for designs for Death Grip merch.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
So,
Alright. So it's coming soon.
It's coming real soon.
There you
as
go.
soon as I draw it.
Oh fucking hell.
So we need
It's
some.
not coming soon.
We
dude.
need some.
Yeah, coming soon.
We over-ordered on some. This is what I'm going. Actually, I'm actually
You doing a plug?
contradicting myself. I
I
don't
love
like.
that shit.
I
Mate,
don't like
legit, I've been a
shiny things. But like
proponent.
I said for the house, I let myself get some shiny, nice, expensive things. So we over-ordered on a few lights. So I gave them to Ollie.
Nice.
Not gave because
Yeah.
he's got
Traded
to give me some time. So he's got to give me some time to bring out some new stuff, some cool stuff.
I got a great contact for you. I'm going to pass.
So
them after
actually,
as well.
if you don't like all the Death Grip stuff, is all Ollie's design anyway.
It's so honestly, the quality is amazing.
Yeah.
Like the shirt that I always wear, the
Yeah.
camo one,
Raced
really
it,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, the tees.
Yeah, so
long
I've
sleeves,
got
big fan.
huge plans. I've
Our
been
merch is better,
I've
but
been it's gonna be so many cool ideas. So yeah, that'll be coming soon.
Perfect. All right.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
We'll
you.
make it warmer
Always.
next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that was a good podcast, wasn't it? Thanks for listening as well.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Peace and love.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it, dude. We're signing out.
Peace out.
That was the best episode we've ever done.
So good.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, how are you not going to want to hit like and subscribe after that?
I don't know how you could do it. I don't know. I mean, maybe they could watch the last video over your way.
Yeah, or
Above
you
it-
can
above
watch
you.
a clip that we think you might like. Either way.
Who
hit
knows
like,
where it is?
hit
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Drop a comment. Job's a good one.
Thanks for watching The Ride Companion.